Good morning from Art Keller Field in Kenosha. It's Carthage Redmond football as the Redmen get set to entertain the Washington University Bears. Hello again, everyone. John Weiser with you. Glad you're along for this one here today. Should be an exciting CCIW matchup, second ever matchup between these two teams. Carthage evened their record at 1-1 a week ago as they knocked off the Carroll University Pioneers by a score of 36-7. In that contest, the Redmen jumped out to a 29-0 halftime lead en route to the victory. Colton Klein, 61 yards and a touchdown. Also carried the ball 8 times for 43 yards, a spectacular touchdown, a diving play at the pylon. Dana Fontenot went over the 100-yard mark, 113 yards and 2 touchdowns a week ago for the Redmen as they even their mark at 1-1 coming into the game here today. Washington University started off the year pretty well as well. They knocked off Chicago 43-7 in their season opener, but then ran into the number 5 North Central Cardinals last week in St. Louis, a 46-13 win by the Cardinals. That game was knotted at 13-all early in the second quarter, but the Cardinals just ended up pulling away as Brock Rudder threw for 398 yards and 5 touchdowns. Johnny Davidson had 267 yards or 226 yards last week, was sacked 5 times in that contest. This is a team that's averaging about 28 points per game, and they're throwing it almost 3-1 pass yardage to running yardage, and they are converting at almost 49% on third down. Meanwhile, defensively, this team is giving up 26 points and almost 460 yards of total offense, and opponents are getting at 61% on third downs this season. Meanwhile, for the Redmen, they come in averaging about 27 points per game, and a balanced offense, 121 yards passing, 120 yards rushing on average. But they have been unable to sustain drives. They are in the bottom of the league as far as third down percentage goes, 21%. Meanwhile, on the defensive side, this is the 4th best defensive unit on scoring defense in the league at 13 points per game. And they are giving up only 92 yards on the ground this season. As we mentioned, the second ever matchup between these two schools. The Redmen went to St. Louis last year, battled back down early in that contest, came back to make it a ball game before succumbing 51-31 down in St. Louis. So it'll be the Redmen and the Bears from Washington University coming your way here on 1050 WLIP. When we return, we'll visit with head coach Dustin Haas, get his thoughts on today's game. When we return to Art Keller Field right after this on AM 1050 WLIP.
There is no experience that compares to Carthage football. We move faster, strike harder, and train better than any other football program around. We compete in the CCIW, one of the most competitive conferences in the country, and we battle for championships every year. Our coaching staff knows what it takes to compete at the highest level. They pave the way for our students to be successful in the classroom and on the field. Our football facilities are top of the line and have formed a mecca for D3 football. Our multi-million-dollar stadium sits on the shores of Lake Michigan. We have a beautiful campus with top-of-the-line facilities. As a student athlete at Carthage, you will work harder than ever before. You will become bigger, faster, and stronger. You will have access to the best education, the best training, and the best facilities. Be a Carthaginian. Make your move.
Welcome back, everyone, to In the Tunnel, our feature every week with the head football coach at Carthage College, Dustin Haas, as the Redmen get set this afternoon to take on the Washington University Bears and their first ever visit to Kenosha and Art Keller Field. Redmen coming off a nice win last week against Carroll. Had to make for a good week of practice this week.
Yeah, the guys played well last Saturday. They came out ready to work, which is good. I've had a couple good days of practice, and we're ready to kind of show the progress we've made again on Saturday.
Thought the offensive line, nice redemption game for them. They had a little rough go against Oshkosh, and that's where it gets started up front. And I thought the guys played, for the most part, a pretty clean game.
They did. They played well. They took that jump that we talked about from game 1 to game 2. A lot of those guys grew up a little bit, understood the speed of the game, and had a pretty good game as a unit.
Dana Fontenot with a nice ball game, 17 carries, 113 yards, and a pair of touchdowns. It always helps to get the ground game going early.
It does. It opens up a lot of stuff through the air, especially with the offense we run. And Dana had his family up from Louisiana, so he kind of put on a show for them. It was good to see.
No, that was special, and found out about it after the game that a lot of family came up to watch him, and the first time they saw him in a Carthage uniform here at our Keller Field.
Yeah, he didn't disappoint, that's for sure.
Talk about your offense, the RPO, and the balance that you have with that.
Yeah, we've got plays we can call or we just hand it off, and we've got plays we can call or we drop back and pass. But for the majority of it, it's that quarterback sticking in the running back's belly, and he's reading a defender, whether it be on the D line, the second level with the linebacker core, or even the third level with some DBs. And if that guy fits in the run, he can pull it out and throw it. And if that guy plays pass, he hands it off. And really, the goal is to eliminate one of those defenders in the box. A guy that we don't have to block, but also can't just run free and make a tackle.
I think Colton Klein really runs that option, as I would call it, hard. That bellies that ball and keeps it in the running back's belly for the longest of time before he pulls that out. And I think that is a testament to how good a player he is, because that really freezes your linebacker and safety.
He does a phenomenal job with it, and it kind of shows the understanding that he has of the offense and of what we're trying to do and who we're trying to influence, and he does ride that thing out for a long time, he runs the offense very, very well.
All three phases of the game clicking Saturday against Carroll, and special teams kind of happy for David Collins. 4 kickoffs, 3 touchbacks, and then on the one extra point where it got rolled back to the holder, he was smart enough to pick it up and find Peyton Johnstone in the end zone for a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, he had a good game. He played well. He was actually named CCIW Special Teams Player of the Week, for his efforts. But a smart football player and aware football player, did everything to a high level on Saturday, and special teams, like I said, as a whole, we had Brett Patton in the return game, played really, really well. Cole Verselli covering some kickoffs for the first time, had I think 3 tackles, another guy that kind of stood out on film. But like you said, all 3 phases played well Saturday.
Well, now you go up against a Washington University team here today, coming off a loss at home to number 5 North Central. Really not surprising, but I think it was the way that game got away from them. They got back into a 13-13 tie, but North Central just jumped on the accelerator from then on out.
Yeah, North Central is a really good football team. WashU is as well, and they had some breaks not go their way. They had a punt blocked. We're going in to score and threw a pick on the 2-yard line. So some of those things don't happen, and I don't think the score gets quite out of hand like it did. But North Central took advantage of those. You got to credit them. But WashU is a really good football team. They were a top 25 team. They're very well coached. Have very good football players. It's going to be a good challenge.
Let's talk about their coach, Larry Kinebaum. This is going to be his final year. He's going to retire. 31 years at WashU, 34 years overall, what you would call a D3 lifer.
Yeah, he's been awesome. Not just for WashU but for the game of football. He's on a ton of committees with the AFCA. He puts on a big clinic in St. Louis every year to help advance the game. And he's had a ton of success, but he's a very good football coach, and we'll be sad to see him leave.
We've seen a lot in these last couple of years, a lot of fine coaches, but I don't know of anyone that gets as much respect as Larry does with WashU joining the conference this last year.
Yeah, they went from the UAA to kind of independent to join probably one of the best football leagues in the country, and he had them ready to go, and he was coach of the year last year for a reason. They played extremely well, had a great record, and took everybody down to the wire.
They have a player, their own version of Johnny Football, Johnny Davidson. He is a tough little quarterback, 5'11" senior from nearby Inverness, Illinois. Last year against the Redmen, threw for almost 300 yards and was tough to bring down. As I recall, you could move him off his spot, but he was so well at throwing on the run.
He's a phenomenal football player, and Johnny Football is probably a great nickname for him. He throws the ball very well. He's one of the most accurate quarterbacks in our league, outside of probably Brock at North Central. He can zip it, and he can make plays with his feet. He is very tough to bring down. He's a quick kid. He gets the ball out fast, and when he doesn't, he has the escapability to make plays. And they throw the ball 70% of the time for a reason. They're going to put the ball in his hands and let him make plays, and he does a great job with it.
What do you think you can do to either slow that down or take that component away from them today?
Yeah, it's going to be tough to completely take it away. They do it so well. We're going to have to eliminate the big plays. We're going to have to make them throw it short, and then we're going to have to come up and tackle them. We're going to do some things in the back end to kind of give them some different looks coverage-wise and hopefully confuse them a little bit and have them miss on a couple of those throws. We got to be great on first and second down, force them into some longer down situations, where we can get a little bit exotic in terms of the pressures we bring and the coverages we show. And when we get down into the red zone, we have to force kicks. That's going to be the big thing. They're going to have some success. They're going to move the football, and we've got to make sure that if they do, they're kicking field goals and not extra points.
Offensively, you're going to be facing a three-man front, I think, for the first time. Oshkosh was kind of exotic. They would show that, but their base is a 3-4. What do you think you can do offensively today?
Yeah, we've got to establish the run first and foremost. Our guys up front have to handle the movements. They blitz a decent amount out of that three-man front. They have to be able to collect it all and open some holes for Dana. And Colton's got to be very good in terms of who he reads and what he does in terms of handing it off or pulling it out. He's got to be on the money and making those right reads.
We've touched on a few of them, but keys for the game here today, keys for a win.
Yeah, offensively we gotta move the ball. I think we got into a little bit of a rhythm last week, and we got to continue that. We got to keep moving the ball, get into the rhythm, and once we're into the rhythm, I think we can score some points. We've got to sustain the run and make good reads by Colton. Defensively we have to limit the big plays. We've got to tackle well in space. They throw a lot of the bubble screens and now screens, and we've got to make sure that those are 2 and 3 yard gains and not 6 and 7. If we do that, we'll be successful. And like I said, force kicks in the red zone. Special teams wise, it just comes down to us executing. Over the years, that's where Larry's been kind of exotic. He's taken some chances on special teams. We got to make ssure that we're disciplined and don't give up a fake or an onside kick or anything like that, and execute in that phase.
Let's get a win here today. It'd be nice. Head to Elmhurst 2-0.
That'd be great.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Head football coach Dustin Haas joining us in the tunnel here this afternoon from Art Keller Field in Kenosha as the Carthage Redmen get set to take on the Washington University Bears. I'll have the starting lineups and the kickoff of this afternoon's game coming your way next here on 1050 WLIP.
Time now for the starting lineups for this afternoon's ball game here on 1050 WLIP. It's the Redmen and the Washington University Bears. We'll start first with the Bears from St. Louis under head coach Larry Keinbaum. Now in his 31st year and his final year at Washington University, 186 and 117. His mark at Washington University, 214 and 147 overall in 36 years, and he is the fifth winningest coach, active coach, still in Division III. He will start on offense at left tackle David Feng, a 6'4", 250-pound senior out of Dublin, Ohio. The left guard will be Shea Zucci. Zucci at 5'10", 270, a sophomore out of Chandler, Arizona. John Mascalunas will start at center, 6'3", 245, a sophomore from Long Grove. And Jack Kurzu will be the right guard, 6'4", 330, a graduate student from St. Louis, Missouri. And Ty Sorg will be the right tackle, 6'3", 250, a junior out of Floyd Knobs, Indiana. At the wide receiving corps, it'll be Mitchell Green, 6'4", 205, senior from Sugar Grove, Illinois. Tim Matheson, a 6'4", 215, senior out of Pasadena, California. And the third wide receiver will be Emmanuel Engerman, 5'9", 175, a senior out of Baltimore. The H-back will be Kyle Cummings, 6'2", 220, a senior from Chicago. The running back will be John Fisher. Fisher's out of Deerfield, Illinois, a 6', 200-pound senior. And at quarterback will be Johnny Davidson, making his 20th start of the year, 20th start of his career, I should say. 5'11", 190, a senior from nearby Inverness, Illinois. That is the starting offense for the Bears. Starting defense, a 3-4 alignment. Up front, it'll be Michael Prescott, 6 foot 220, a senior from Colleyville, Texas. Carter Roll at defensive line, nose guard, 6'3", 270 out of Shoreview, Minnesota. And Clayton Ferris, 6'1", 235 out of Vestavia Hills, Alabama. The linebacking core features Jack Gurley, 6'1", 215, a senior from suburban Kansas City out of Leawood, Kansas. Jeff Merrick, 6'2", 215-pound senior out of Oak Brook, Illinois. Jared Huther, I should say, at 6'2", 220, a senior out of Sanger, Texas. And Alex Harvey at linebacker out of Rochelle, Illinois. The secondary, Justin DiCarlo, 6'2", 190, a senior out of Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania. Matt Bernstein, who got his first career interception last week against North Central. He's 5'10", a senior out of Whitefish Bay, Wisconsin. And J.T. Streepy at the other corner, 6'2", 190, a junior out of Palatine. Andrew Whitaker, 6'1", 185, junior out of Westchester, Ohio, rounding out the secondary. Before we give you the starting lineups for the Redmen, our national anthem this afternoon from Keller Field. Carthage Pep Band with our national anthem from Keller Field in Kenosha. Let's give you the starting lineups for the Redmen. Offensively under head coach Dustin Haas, now in his second season at the helm. It'll be Drew Neville at a left tackle, 6'3", 265, a sophomore out of Rolling Meadows, Illinois. Jalen Gales will make his first start at left guard today, the freshman out of Lansing, Illinois, 6'1", 260. Matt Ferraro at center, 5'10", 270, a senior out of Richmond Burton High School. And at right guard will be Omar Roberts, 6'2", 290, a sophomore from Naperville Central. The right tackle today will be Travis Werner, 6'2", 280, a senior out of New Lenox, Illinois. The tight end will be Sammy Limbaugh, 6'1", 245, a sophomore. The wide receivers, Brett Patton, 6'1", 190, a senior from East Kentwood, Michigan. Patrick Murphy had a rough day last week, dropped 3 passes. Look for early redemption today for Murphy, 6'3", 200-pound junior out of Evergreen Park, Illinois. Javon Stricker at one of the wideouts as well. Stricker, 5'9", 180, a junior out of Palatine, Illinois. The starting running back today will be Dana Fontenot, 5'9", 195, a sophomore out of Lake Charles, Louisiana. And the starting quarterback today will be Colton Klein, 6'3", 190, a junior out of McHenry, Illinois. Coin flip going on at the center of the field. Washington University won the toss. They have deferred. Redmond will get the football to start this ball game, and they will defend the goal to my left, the south end zone here. Washington University will get on defense first, so we'll see that defense first this afternoon from Washington University. Up front for the Redmen defensively, Cam Stubblefield at one defensive end, 6'1", a senior from Naples, Florida. Jacob Seimer, inside tackle, 6'2", 290, a senior from Indian Trail High School here in Kenosha. Dylan Ramirez at an inside tackle, 6'2", 285, a junior. and the other defensive end will be Gabe Vila, 6'5", 246, and a junior. The nickelback today will be Josh Wayand, a senior out of Kenosha Indian Trail. The linebackers, Stephen Ship, a junior out of Gibsonton, Florida. Kevin O'Boyle, the junior out of Plainfield, Illinois. And the secondary, Bobby Baker at one corner, 5'7", 160, a junior out of Savannah, Georgia. Jeremiah Baker, no relation, out of Temple Terrace, Florida, mans the other cornerback position. The starting safety today will be a freshman, Damian Lomelli, 6 foot 150, out of Tampa, Florida. And the free safety will be Galvin Hoops, 6'1", 190, a senior out of Naples, Florida. Cloudy afternoon here at Art Keller Field. Breezy, wind out of the northeast at about 15 miles per hour. Temperature right around 60 degrees. Expect some filtered sunshine before it's all said and done here today. Washington University, gray helmets, white shirts, gray pants, red numerals. Redmond, red helmets, red shirts, white pants, black and red stripe on the side. Set to kick off for the Bears will be Chris Vartanian, a freshman. Back deep to receive for the Redmen. Alex Jarvis on one side, Jacob Boucher on the other. And the run up by Vartanian, and our noon kickoff underway as this one will go through the end zone and into the back of the end zone for the touchback. It'll be Carthage ball at the 25-yard line. Again, up front for the Redmen, it'll be Neville, Gales, Ferraro, Roberts, and Werner, your offensive line. Limbaugh at the tight end, Patton, Murphy, and Stricker, your receivers. Fontenot in the backfield, Colton Klein at quarterback for the Redmen. 1st and 10, Carthage from their own 25, moving left to right here in this first quarter. Klein will get them set. Fontenot, the single man in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left, single receiver right. That is Stricker. Patton and Murphy lined up far side, and Klein going to hand it off. Fontenot stutter steps over the left side, across the 25, out to the 27-yard line where he is wrapped up there. Jeff Merrick was in on the stop, the linebacker for Washington University. Again, it's Prescott, Roll, and Ferris up front. Gurley, Merrick, Huther, and Harvey, the linebackers. DeCarlo, Bernstein, Streepy, and Whitaker, the secondary. 2nd down, 8 from the 27. Play fake to Fontenello, swing it out near side. Complete pass to Daniels, or Dennis, I should say, Jalen Dennis, and he's wrapped up immediately for a loss on the play back to the 25-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2. Good read and reaction that time by the linebacker here on the near side, able to come over and make that stop. That was J.T. Streepy coming across to make the play for WashU. So it's 3rd and 10 for the Redmen. 3rd down has been a thorn for the Redmen this year. Just 21% on 3rd down so far in this early season. Klein wants to throw. Will dump it off right side, complete here to the near side to Fontenot. He'll be wrapped up across the 30, out near the 32-yard line. Jack Gurley was there on the stop, along with Alex Harvey, to make the play for the Bears, and so the Redmen a 3-and-out here on their first drive this morning. Punting unit on. David Collins does the punting and place kicking for the Redmen, averaging 35 yards per punt. Bernstein standing at his own 35-yard line, awaiting the kick. Kicking into the wind, and that will be knocked down right at midfield. Fair catch signaled for, and the Redmen will down it at midfield at the 50-yard line. Getting down there for Carthage was Joe Montoya to down the football right at the midfield stripe. So good field position for the Bears. 13-18 to go, first quarter. Their first possession. Feng, Zucci, Mascalunas, Kurzu, and Sorge up front. Green, Matheson, Ingerman, your wide receivers. Cummings, the H-back. Fisher, the running back. And it's Johnny Davidson at quarterback. He'll take the snap, looking to throw on 1st down. Dumps it out short here across the 46-yard line of the Redmen, and the pass is complete to Matheson, the wide receiver here on the near side. Gain of 4. They'll go hurry up. They get to the line of scrimmage, ready to snap the ball. 2nd down and 6 upcoming. Davidson will hand it off. Fisher, hole up the middle, inside the 45, down to the 43-yard line. Kevin O'Boyle in on that stop for the Redmen, the inside linebacker. Stubblefield, Seimer, Ramirez, and Vila up front for the Redmen. Ship and O'Boyle, the linebackers, weigh in the nickelback. Baker, Lomelli, Hoops, and Jeremiah Baker, the secondary for the Redmen. Third and short, 3rd and 3. Davidson looking to throw, wants to set up the screen pass, and the Redmen read it right away as Steven Ship able to wrap up the receiver immediately on the play back at the 49-yard line. Dump out to the running back Fisher on the screen left, and the Ship was ready. As soon as Fisher caught the ball, Ship was able to wrap him up at the 49-yard line. It'll be a loss of 5. It'll bring up 4th and 9 for the Bears, and they will punt. Davidson, who also does the punting. All-time leader in punting average for this WashU team. He's going to fake it. They're going to toss it out. They do complete it. Here to the far side, down the far sideline, and out of bounds at the 25-yard line. On the fake, it was Matt Giles who caught the pass from Davidson. WashU in business at the Redmond 25-yard line. Straight fake all the way as Davidson was reading, saw the gunner on that left side, head downfield. That left the tight end open, and a nice catch and run by Giles to the 25-yard line. It's a 24-yard gain. First down, WashU. 11 and a half minutes to go here in a scoreless first quarter. 3 receivers to the left. They'll dump it to the slot man, and it's picked off through his hands. Coming down the near sideline with it, with the football, is Damian Lomelli, the freshman. Making his first start today, comes away with the pick. Lomelli out of Tampa, Florida with the interception. The ball went through the receiver's hands. He was open as he tried to make that catch down at the 20-yard line, went through his hands, and it was picked off by Lomelli, who returned it across the 30-yard line out to the 34. So the Redmen get the first takeaway of the afternoon. It's Carthage ball at the 34-yard line. That's a way to endear yourself on the team. Didn't know you were going to start until a couple of hours ago, and you come in and make a play. From the 34, 1st and 10, Redmond. Play fake. Going to throw over the middle, and it's through the hands, incomplete, intended here on the near side, going across the middle, Jalen Dennis. And again, that's something the coaches have talked about over the last couple of weeks, is trying to keep Dennis along with Billy Dury and Colton Klein all on the field at the same time. And Dennis is out there right now, along with Patton and Murphy, split out to the far side. 2nd down and 10. Bears showing blitz. They fill the gap. Spinning out of a tackle is Fontenot across the 35 out to the 37-yard line. Gain of 2 would bring up 3rd down and 8 here for the Redmen. Fontenot that time trying to spin out. Made contact at the line of scrimmage, was able to step out of the attempt by the lineman, and then made it up at least into the 2nd level. 2 by 2, 4 receivers out there for the Redmen here on 3rd down. 3rd and 8 from the 36. Klein working from the pistol, has Fontenot to his left. Going to get rid of it quickly, comes back near side. It's dropped, incomplete. Pass intended here on the near side for Javon Stricker. It was thrown low and incomplete. So after the interception, Redmond unable to advance the football, so it'll bring up 4th down. Punting unit on. Couple of quick possessions by each team here early on. This will be Jalen Dennis doing the punting here. He'll just kick an end-over-end kick that was terrible. Looked like one of my 8-irons when I golf. Completely off the shaft and out of bounds here on the right side. See where they mark it out at the 49-yard line of the Redmen. So it'll be 1st and 10. WashU right at midfield. They'll mark it at the 50-yard line. Only a 14-yard punt by the Redmen. So Davidson back out there. Gets his team set. They'll hand it off. Trying to run the right side. Nothing doing there. Is getting the ball for the first time this afternoon. That was Melvin Bonsu. Bonsu is sophomore from Huntley, Illinois. Gain of 1 will bring up 2nd down and 9 as he was ushered to the near side boundary that time. Davidson again working from the pistol. Going to throw, swing it out far side, completes the pass. Immediately wrapped up. Cole Oakman. Oakman, a freshman out of Lincolnshire, Illinois, inside the 45 down to the 41-yard line. Lomelli was out there to make the play. They try again, trying to get it to the sticks on the pass play out there, and the pass is caught by Green, Mitchell Green. It'll be enough for a WashU first down. They'll mark it at the Carthage 38, and they're ready to go. Hurry up offense. You will see all of this all afternoon. They swing it out again, far side. Pass is complete to Sam Fenske. Fenske, a tight end, sophomore, 6'2", his first catch today. Gain of 3 on the play down to the 35-yard line. Will bring up a 2nd down and 7. Davidson again ready, takes the snap. Some pressure, steps up, delivers a high pass. It's thrown incomplete through the leaping attempt that time by the receiver on that far side. That was Mitchell Green. Green goes 6'4". Pretty tough to overthrow him up high. That's what Davidson did on that pass. 3rd and 7 from the 35. Davidson now steps up. Leads his receiver down the far sideline, and it's thrown incomplete, looking for Green again. Had a step on the defender that time inside the 20-yard line and could not connect. It was Jeremiah Baker on the coverage for the Redmen. So 4th and 7 from the 35, and they're going to attempt a 52-yard field goal here. Again, with the wind at the back here of the kicker from the far hash mark at the 42, this will be a 52-yard attempt here for Chris Spartanian, the freshman. Low snap, they get it down, the kick is away, and the kick will fall short. And wide right, no good. 9:13 to play here in this first quarter, a scoreless first quarter here at Art Keller Field in Kenosha. Today's Redmen football game brought to you in part by Mason's Eatery and Pub, located on Highway 50 west of Green Bay Road in Kenosha. Building, waters, plumbing, heating, and cooling. That's what they do. And don't forget refrigeration, too. Francetic tax resolution. Don't get frantic. Get Francetic. Go to 262tax.com. Only game going on here for so far in the CCIW. Other games this afternoon. 1 o'clock kicks. Augustana at Illinois Wesleyan. Elmhurst is at Carroll. 2 o'clock kick. Number 5 North Central hosting North Park. And at 6 o'clock tonight down in Decatur, Milliken is hosting 11th ranked Wheaton. Redmen ball at the 35-yard line following that missed 52-yard field goal attempt. Klein will work from the pistol, has Fontenot in the backfield, 2 receivers to the right. And Fontenot going to carry up the middle, has a hole out to the 41-yard line. Gain of 6 that time by Fontenot. In on the stop was Jared Huther, senior out of Sanger, Texas. Dennis will line up in a slot to the far side with Stricker. Patton split single wide here to the near side. Klein looks left, now comes back, throws the bubble screen right to Patton, makes the catch across the 41, and he is stood up immediately. Wrapping him up from down below that time was the defensive back, Matt Bernstein, the senior from Whitefish Bay. Blue Duke. The gain of 3 brings up 3rd and 2 now for the Redmen. Ball at the 43-yard line. Fontenot will get it, sidesteps a defender across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Will have enough for a Redmen first down. Jack Gurley roped him down that time, but a little burst of speed off that little dodge in the line. Enough for the first down for the Redmen. 8 minutes to go. Scoreless first quarter here in Kenosha. Drury lined up as a tight end here as a wing to the near side. Fontenot in the backfield, left of Klein, the quarterback. Blitz, here they come. They pick it up. Fontenot No, it's Klein. Pulls it back, fakes a pass across midfield and slides down just short of the 45-yard line as he was covered up on the play by the defensive back. Was Jeff Merrick getting down there. Linebacker that time is Klein, late to pull that ball from Fontenot, then took it around the right side. Was able to slide at the 45-yard line just short of the first down. It's a gain of 9. It'll bring up 2nd down and 1 for the Redmen at the Bear 45-yard line. Dennis in a slot left with Stricker. Vercelli in now at a wide receiver, split to the near side. And Klein in trouble off the blitz, and down he goes. Jared Huther, linebacker, blitzing from that right side, coming up and over the top. And again, a little change on that right side. You have Roberts at the right guard and Werner at right tackle with Pavlov out with a hand injury. And that's where they came, right over that right side between Warner and Roberts. The sack back to the 49-yard line of the Redmen will bring up a 3rd and 6. 3 receivers left for Carthage. Klein takes the snap. Blitz coming. Tries to set up the screen. Near side it goes to Fontenot, and he's going to be chased down. Well read on the play by Carter Roll, the defensive lineman who blew that play up. Chased down. He knew right away. He started to chase the quarterback, Klein, and then backed off, realizing it was going to be a screen. Circled back, got back in front of Dana Fontenot and was able to make the play and make the stop well behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss back to the 47-yard line of the Redmen. It'll bring up a 4th and 9. Once again, Dennis on to punt here for the Redmen. Gets off a good one here. Takes a Redmen bounce and will roll dead at the 21-yard line of the Bears. 5:35 to go. First quarter, a scoreless first quarter here between Washington University and Carthage. Second ever meeting between these two schools. Redmen on the road next week. They will take on the Elmhurst Blue Jays down at Langhorse Field in Elmhurst. That'll be a 1 o'clock kick. We'll be with you with the pregame at 12:30 next Saturday afternoon. 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Fisher. Tries the right side. Redmen stringing out well, and they bury him back behind the line of scrimmage. They'll give him forward progress to the 20. It'll be a loss of 1. Great job by that defensive line to string that play out. A whole host of Redmen there to take Fisher down. Loss of 1, 2nd down, 11 for the Bears. Davidson. Play fake, circles back to his right, being chased by Cam Stubblefield, gets rid of it, throws it back over the middle of the field, and it goes incomplete. Dangerous pass there, was looking for his running back Fisher, but Stubblefield in pursuit that time, chasing down Davidson to the far boundary, got rid of it. Brings up 3rd and 11 now for the Bears. They'll go with 3 receivers near side, single receiver right side. Davidson looking to throw. Pressure on, steps up, now on the run is Davidson. Breaks it outside the 20 and roped down near the 40 or 24-yard line. Great job by the Redmen, able to get there. Was chased out of there nicely by Jalen Slater. And then Steven Shipp was able to cover him up for the tackle to bring up 4th down, and quickly the Bears punting again. They faked one earlier, then missed a field goal, 52-yard field goal attempt. The only scoring opportunity thus far for either team. Davidson gets the snap. He will kick this one away. A knuckling punt that will bounce and take a Bear roll inside the 30 and will roll dead at the Carthage 25-yard line. 51-yard punt that time by Davidson with the roll. So with 4:05 to go here in the first quarter, scoreless between the Redmen and the Bears. Today's game brought to you in part by Luigi's Pizzeria. That's located on 39th Avenue, just south of Highway 50. And by Something Different, a sports fan Fantasyland on 6th Avenue in downtown Kenosha. And by Lynch Chevrolet of Kenosha, just east of I-94 on Highway 50. 1st and 10 Redmen from their own 25. Movement up front. They get reset. Klein wants to throw on first down. Comes back to Fontenot out of the backfield. Gets it across the 30 and out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Just short of the 34-yard line is Fontenot. A gain of 8 will bring up second down and 2 for the Redmen. They'll mark it at the 33-yard line. Fontenot out of the backfield. His third pass reception so far today. Three receivers to the left here. This is Dury. Check that, it is Klein at quarterback. Klein now scrambling to his left, fakes a pass, trying to get to the outside, breaks a tackle, but then is buried back at the 30-yard line. He ran into the initial defender. That was J.T. Streepy, the junior out of Palatine, who's taking on one of the wide receivers on a block, and that unfortunately slowed Klein's progression down and then allowed the rest of the defense to get there. Streepy came up to make the play off the block by Patton. They'll bring up a third down and 2 now for the Redmen. Three receivers near side. Single back is Fontenot. Klein looks to throw again to Dennis on the bubble screen. Makes the catch. Dennis will get the first down out across the 35 near the 37-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4. They needed 2, and they'll move the chains. First down, Redmen. Under 3 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Scoreless first quarter between the Redmen and the Bears. John Weiser with you. Glad you're along this afternoon along the 1050 WLIP airwaves and on the stream, live video stream here at Carthage. Special hello to all the visitors tuning us in down in St. Louis today. Klein ready to take the snap on first down. We'll hand it off to Fontenot, tries the middle. Not much there, maybe a yard, that's it. No gain on the play as getting in there again on the stop is Streepy, one of the safeties. Second down and 10 upcoming. Christensen also there on that stop. Second down 10, they'll swing it out to Fontenot out of the backfield left side. Gets to the edges, gets across the 40 and gets to the 42-yard line. A little extra shove that time as he gets to the boundary by Fontenot. Just a little swing pass left, Fontenot out of the backfield, and that's one of the things that they're going to try and do is get Fontenot in on the edges here. They feel they can do a little bit more one-on-one with him out there in the short passing game. 3rd and 5 for the Redmen from their own 42-yard line. Working left to right here late in this first quarter. Bears showing blitz. And now penalty marker down and jumping out of his stance, one of the Redmen. That was Javon Stricker as he was jumped out of his stance. They'll take the Redmen out of 3rd and short. We'll make it a 3rd and 10 now for Carthage. Dennis, Patton, and now Dury. Dury in motion to the left side. Klein throws it back out. Catch is made by Stricker, but he is buried immediately on the play. Forward progress. See where they mark it here. They'll mark it back at the 34-yard line. Be a loss of 3 on the pass out to Stricker. Brought down on the play by Jack Mills, and so it'll be 4th down. The Redmen punting again. 4th punt of the quarter for Carthage here. Credit this Bear defense. They've done a nice job keeping the Redmen bottled up here. Dury late getting back on the field here. He's actually going to be the long snapper here for Carthage on this punt. Do it all Dury, as coach likes to call him. Jalen Dennis with another poor punt short of midfield. They'll mark it out at the 45-yard line. My goodness. Only a 12-yard punt into the wind by Dennis. Once again, the Bears handed good field position at the Carthage 45 with 13 seconds to go here in this first quarter. Davidson 6 for 10, 36 yards. He's thrown an interception today. everybody into the act. 6 receivers with at least 1 catch so far for the Bears. Now hand it off. Fisher trying to go up the middle. Runs into Jacob Seimer. Gets some help from the rest of the defense. Gain of about 3 on the play by Fisher down to the 42-yard line. And that will end our first quarter here in Kenosha. Scoreless first quarter. Carthage and Washington University here at Art Keller Field. Back with second quarter play after this on AM 1050 WLIP.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
Davidson on the scramble here as we resume play to start the second quarter, and he's able to get himself a first down out of bounds at the Carthage 33-yard line. A gain of 9 on the play, a first down at the Carthage 33-yard line, working left to right. Davidson going to throw it out, completes the pass, far side, immediately wrapped up by Jeremiah Baker is the receiver. Pickup of 6. And they get to the line of scrimmage, ready to go again. 3 receivers to the right, quick snap. Davidson going to throw a bubble screen here to the near side, completes the pass. Nice open field tackle here on the near side by Bobby Baker, able to cover up the receiver. That was Cole Oakman, I should say, the freshman on the reception here near side. Quickly, third down for the Bears, 3rd and 4 at the Carthage 27. Davidson from the pistol, looking to throw. Has time, going over the middle, looking for Oakman. It's intercepted again. Picked off on the play by Jeremiah Baker. Down the far sideline across the 10, 15, 20, and drilled out of bounds by Davidson, the quarterback, at the 20-yard line. But it's the second pick today by Davidson. First one of the season for Jeremiah Baker, the 5'11 sophomore out of Temple Terrace, Florida. Davidson was looking to go for the home run. He was going to throw it, looking for Oakman, and he got tangled up in double coverage, and Baker able to intercept out of the end zone and return it back to the 20-yard line. So it'll be Carthage ball, 1st and 10 from their own 20, and we've got a Carthage player down. I think it might be Bobby Baker who is down. Cramping up, I believe. So officials timeout here for that injured Carthage player. Well, exciting things are happening here at Carthage College, and we don't want students to miss out on the tremendous opportunities because they're scared away from the sticker price. That's why Carthage has reset its tuition for 2020 to $31,500, continuing their commitment to generous financial aid. Starting in the fall of 2020, Carthage will lower its tuition by 30%, and the new published tuition rate, which better reflects the amount most students will pay, $31,500. In addition, room and board will not increase for the next academic year. Carthage continues to offer generous scholarships and aid with that new tuition, which might make your cost even lower. To find out more, contact Carthage College. Go right to the web, carthage.edu, for more information on the tuition reset for 2020. 13:40 to go here in this second quarter. Scoreless, Carthage and WashU. Bobby Baker up under his own power, walking back to the sideline. Again, it appears to be a cramp. So Carthage 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. 2nd interception thrown by Davidson today. thrown 13 on the season. Klein working from quarterback from the pistol. We'll hand it off to Fontenot. Comes around the left side. Gets across the 20 to the 21-yard line before he is covered up. Good closing speed that time by the linebacker, Jeff Merrick, senior out of Oak Brook. And 5 tackles last week against North Central. Stops Fontenot for a 1-yard gain. 2nd down 9 from the 21. Two receivers to the right here for the Redmen. Vercelli, single receiver here to the near side with Fontenot in the backfield. Klein wants to throw. Comes back near side, throws it away. Vercelli camped out near the 28-yard line, middle of the field. I think he was supposed to cut out to the near sideline. That's where Klein was tossing it. Incomplete pass. Klein now 8 for 11, 18 yards. Quickly 3rd down for the Redmen following the interception. Two receivers right, single receiver left. Fontenot, the single man in the backfield. Klein in trouble, now scrambles to his left. Clears, throws it downfield, and it's off the fingertips of Patton, incomplete. He was briefly open, coming back to the near sideline at midfield. He had a step on his defender, Justin DiCarlo, here on the near side, but credit the pressure up front, flushing Klein from the pocket, forcing him to throw on the run. Fourth down, punting unit back out there for the Redmen. This is David Collins now. He will have the wind at his back here in this second quarter. It's off a nice high floating kick. Bernstein will take at his own 34. Right hash across the 40 out to the 45-yard line. 10-yard return for Bernstein out to the 45-yard line. And again, the Bears handed golden field opportunity here at their own 45. 12:37 to play first half. A scoreless ball game here in Kenosha. Today's game brought to you by Lou Perini's Gas and Grocery, home of Mama P's Ho-Ho Cakes, located on Sheridan Road, and by the Sinus and Snoring Doctor, Dr. Swerdlin, located on Green Bay Road in Kenosha. 1st and 10. Davidson has them set. He'll take the snap, swings it out, completes the pass, and breaks a tackle across the 45 out to the 47-yard line is his receiver, Tim Matheson. Made something out of nothing, took a 3-yard loss into a 3-yard gain, as it was Lomelli who got there first, tried to take him to the turf, could not, needed some help. And it was Jake Tomzak who got there. Now they try here on the near side. Fisher trying to run out of the backfield, and he's tackled for a loss back at the 45-yard line. Be a loss of 4 on the play, bringing up a 3rd and 11. Good job by this near side left end of the Redmond defense that time to take Fisher down. Dylan Ramirez was there. Davidson now on 3rd down, looking to throw, circles back to his right. Still on his feet, tries to spin away from a defender across the 40, and has stood up, fumble the football, put it on the turf at the 45, but it was covered up by the Bears. O'Boyle was there. I think he forced the fumble as he knocked it away from Davidson, who was dancing around on the scramble that time. Good job by the Redmond defense. It was Cam Stubblefield who initially got in there, flushing Davidson from the pocket. Ship missed him at the 35, and then as he scrambled up, it was actually Dylan Ramirez who knocked the ball away, forcing that fumble and 4th down. Davidson to punt into the wind. He's faked one earlier. He's going to punt this one away. It's just a low line drive. Hit one of his own players at the 33-yard line. It's got to be blown dead back up here field here, as they'll fall on it now at the 21-yard line, but it hit one of the players well upfield here, I think back at the 37-yard line. So where the Redmen covered the ball at the 21, they're going to get a good break here back out to the 37-yard line. Not sure what Davidson was looking to do. It was a strong rush, may have been partially blocked, But as the Gunners were going downfield, it hit one of the Gunners in the leg at the 37-yard line, and that's where the Redmen will get the football at their own 37 with 10:50 to go here in this first half here on AM 1050 WLIP. No score. Lady Reds golf team competing in the CCIW championship out at Brightondale, and they are one shot behind. They've actually taken the lead now. They're up one on Illinois Wesleyan through the first 5 holes of team competition this afternoon out of Brightondale Blue Course out in Kansasville. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that this afternoon. Klein now, 1st and 10 from his own 37. Gives it to Fontenot, circles back over the middle, struggles to get a yard, maybe 2. Charlie Kraus was in on that stop. Was right there immediately, got him to the turf that time. Pagotti's in there now at a defensive line. He's a beast as well, 5'9", 220, a junior. Second team all-conference a year ago. He's in up on that defensive line. 2nd down, 9. Klein looking to throw. Will swing it to Fontenot out of the backfield, right side, makes the catch across the 40, spins out to the 44-yard line. Merrick was able to knock him to the turf that time at the 44. It'll bring up a 3rd and short for the Redmen. Redmen just 2 for 6 on 3rd downs here today. 3rd and 3 from their own 44. 3 receiver look here to the near side. Single receiver to the right side, the far side. Play fake, they'll throw it over the middle, complete the pass. Billy Dury with the catch out to midfield, and that'll be enough for a 1st down. Gain of 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a 1st down for the Redmen. Right at midfield. Fontenot in the backfield. Dury is a tight end lined up here to the near side. Be a twin tight look here with Limbaugh also on the line of scrimmage here to the near side. 1st and 10 from midfield. Klein gets the snap. Fakes the handoff. Klein now will run it up the middle. Klein with some running room. Tackled from behind, brought down near the 42-yard line. Got chased down from behind that time by Jack Gurley, the linebacker, able to bring him down at the 42-yard line. Gain of 8 on the play will set up a 2nd and 2 for the Redmen. Getting that read option. Now the toss sweep going to Javon Stricker coming around the right side. Stricker trying to get to the marker, cannot. Well read that time by the Bear defense. Quick coverage that time by Andrew Whitaker. Chased him all the way across the line of scrimmage to get Stricker down. Whitaker, 6'1", 185 out of Westchester, Ohio. Loss of 1 on the play will set up a 3rd and 4 now for the Redmen. Klein working from pistol. Fontenot the single back. Twin tights in there for the Redmen. Klein wants to set up the screen. Back it comes to Jalen Dennis. Makes the catch. Steps out of a tackle. Fights forward down to the 42-yard line. Short of the 1st down. Justin DiCarlo was there to bring him down for the Bears. Redmen have tried that screen pass a couple of times, and the Bear defense has been up to the challenge. 4th and 2, and the Redmen appear to be going for it here. Dury is in there at quarterback. Getting late on the field, Robert Lee, a fullback. And Dury will just quick kick this one. A nice knuckling kick. Takes a Redmen bounce inside the 10. Redmen will let it roll dead down to the 2-yard line. Nicely done. 40-yard punt with the roll down to the 2-yard line. And with 7.5 minutes to go here in this first half, the Bears will start this drive at their own 2-yard line. Carthage Redmen football on 1050 WLIP, brought to you in part by Bob Rohrman's Kenosha Nissan. By Vigiano Insurance Agency. Call Steve, he'll shop for your insurance needs. Vigiano Insurance. And by S.J. Crystal's Menswear. For the finest in men's fashions, it's clearly S.J. Crystal's, located on 6th Avenue in downtown Kenosha. 1st and 10 from their own 2-yard line for the Bears. Davidson out there. JT Streepy will run it up the middle. As is Fisher across the 30, 35, 40. Off to the races is Fisher. Trying to be chased down and will be tackled from behind at the Carthage 28-yard line. Fisher on the return, or on the run, I should say, off the 2-yard line, just came right up the gut. Redmond had no answer as he ran it right up the middle down to the Carthage 25-yard line. $73-yard run. They'll hand it off again. Trying to go over the middle is Bonsu, and he is stopped for a short gain of 2. Inside the 25 down to the 23. That flips the field here on the Redmond as well. Gain of 2, 2nd down, 8 upcoming. Davidson wants to throw, going over the middle. It is through the receiver's hand, incomplete, thrown into double coverage that time. Was looking for the intended receiver, Sam Fensky, the tight end. Brings up 3rd and 8 now. Fensky comes out. Cummings back in now. He'll line up in a tight end spot left side. Also out there is Oakman. Some confusion in the alignment here. Play clock down to 10 as Davidson gets them set, and now timeout wisely called here by Larry Kinebaum. There was confusion in trying to get the formation set with the receivers as to which side they were going to line up on, so Kinebaum, with that play clock running down, wisely took the timeout. 6:36 to go here in this first half. A scoreless first half. The only big play, the 73-yard run by John Fisher, going right up the middle that time on the Redmond defense, back at their own 2-yard line. Redmond facing a crucial 3rd down here. Washington University just 1 for 6 on 3rd downs this afternoon. They'll get the 3 receiver alignment here to the near side. Single receiver to the left. Single back is Bonsu. Davidson working from the pistol. 3rd and 8 from the Redmond 23. Drops back, looking to throw over the middle, completes the pass, breaking a tackle down to the 5-yard line before he is pulled back is the receiver, Tim Matheson, 6'4" out of Pasadena, makes the catch for the 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal, Bears at the Carthage 6-yard line. 17-yard pickup and a 1st down by Matheson. 1st and goal from the 6. Carthage showing blitz. They get it out, and ball was tipped and nearly intercepted on the blitz that time. Coming from the outside was Josh Wayan. Wayan, the senior nickelback, got a hand on it. 2nd and goal from the 6. They will hand it off. Bonsu coming around the right side, tripped up across the 5, down to the 4-yard line. Kevin O'Boyle makes the stop for the Redmond. 3rd and goal from just inside the 5-yard line. 3 receivers left, single receiver right. Bonsu the single back. Davidson looking to throw, hit as he's thrown, and it goes incomplete. Redmond got pressure up the middle that time. It was Wayand who got in there, got a hand on Davidson as he tried to get it away, looking for Bonsu on the near side, and the field goal unit coming on for the Bears. Well, that's just as Dustin Haas, the head coach, talked about it. Force kicks in the red zone, and that's what they're going to do here. This will force it'll be a 20-yard field goal attempt just inside the 11-yard line. Freshman kicker out there is Vartanian. Good snap, ball down, kick is blocked. It's loose out near the 30-yard line, and falling at it for the Redmond is Kevin O'Boyle at the 34. Looked like it was blocked up the middle again. Gabe Vila came in there, nearly recovered. We'll take another look. It was a low kick. That might have been Montoya, Joe Montoya, who got in there, got the hand on it. The kick was low. He was coming in over from the right side and got a hand on it. That's the 3rd blocked field goal by the Redmen this year. The Bears are turned away. The ball comes out to the 33-yard line after the block. Never crossed the line of scrimmage, so it'll be Redmond ball at the 33 with 5:42 to play. First and 10, Carthage. Two receivers to the right. And the handoff goes to Fontenot. Fontenot burst up the middle across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Gain of 4 by Fontenot. 8 carries now, 19 yards. Running has been tough going for the Redmen so far in this contest. Second and 7 from the 36. Colton Klein changing the play. Play clock down to 10. Takes the snap. Hands it off Fontenot on the read. Breaks one tackle across the 25 and then is flattened as he broke that tackle. As coming in to make the stop was Jack Gurley, the linebacker. Fontenot was able to get there and looked like he had a clear shot once he broke containment at the line of scrimmage, but Gurley stepped in, closed quickly, the senior out of Leawood, Kansas, south of Kansas City. Third and long, 3rd and 7. Redmond 3 for 9 on 3rd down. Klein wants to set up a screen. The receiver fell down. Klein goes down as he was hit after he delivered the pass intended for Fontenot on the screen. Far side, Gurley on the pressure that time to blow that play up, and the punting unit coming on. So neither team able to do much here today. The defense is taking the center stage. Redmond forced into their 5th punt of the afternoon. Make it their 6th punt. Collins gets this one up in the air, an end-over-end kick. Bernstein will let it bounce. It will drop dead at the 27-yard line, covered up by the Redmen there. 37-yard punt with no return by Collins. 4:15 to play in a scoreless first half. Stay tuned. At halftime, we'll rehash all of the action so far today. We'll give you the statistics, run those numbers down. We'll get you caught up to date on scores from around the area. This is the only game going on in the CCIW at this moment. A couple of 1 o'clock kicks we'll share with you at halftime. Davidson, play fake, now wants to scramble. Nowhere to go, and Seimer throws him down back at the 24-yard line. Jacob Seimer, the senior out of Indian Trail, able to step up, make a play. It'll go as a sack back at the 24-yard line. It'll be a loss of 3 on the play, brings up 2nd and 13. Davidson again wants to throw left side, open receiver, defender fell down, and making the catch on that far side, 87. Don't have him in my 2 deep. That is Luke Wilkham that made the catch. Makes it a 3rd and 4 here for Davidson. Quick snap, throws it out there, completes the pass, forward progress short of the first down. They'll mark him at the 36-yard line. Be 2 yards shy of the first down on that completed pass. 4th and a good 1, maybe 2 here for the Bears. And again, they faked a punt earlier, so you got to be ready for that here. Matheson made that catch, brought down by Baker. But it was short of the first down, 4th and 2. Davidson appears to be punting this one away. It's the dual threat you have back there with a quarterback being able to punt. And the play clock was at 0. I think they were trying to draw the Redmen offside. Let's get the call here. So move him back 5 yards. That could play a part in field position here as Davidson would be punting into the wind. Patton standing near the 30-yard line awaiting the kick. Davidson will kick this one away. Low line drive. Patton's going to let it hit. It will angle to the far sideline and roll out at the Carthage 31-yard line. 38-yard punt, no return. Carthage ball at their own 31. 2:20 to play, second quarter. Redmen have 3 timeouts remaining. See if they can put together a drive here. Either team able to sustain drives here today. Combined, the teams are 5 for 19 on third downs. Carthage just 3 for 10. 4 receivers, 2-by-2 look here for Colton Klein. Single back is Fontenot. Ride to Fontenot. Now Klein pulls it out, and down he goes. It'll be a sack back at the 28-yard line. Be a loss of 2 on the play as Klein goes down on the sack. I think Jared Huthard got there for the sack. Second down and 12. Clock rolling, minute 50 to play here in the half. Klein wants to throw. Now scrambles to his right, pump fakes, and will throw this one away to the far sideline. Good defense once again. Klein throwing on the run. Good pressure up front by the Bear defense. And again, it's a three-man front. They've been able to find some gaps on the Redmen offensive line here today. Didn't need to do that. Now you stop the clock with 1:44 remaining. Bears have 2 timeouts left. They stop the Redmen here on third down. Look for them to use one of those 2 timeouts. Twin tight, single back, 2 receiver look here for the Redmen. Klein will pull it back, now wants to throw, goes over the middle, complete to Stricker. Makes a man miss at the 50 and brought down at the 49-yard line. Gain of 20 and a first down for the Redmen. Great read option that time, as at the last second, Klein pulled it out of the belly of Fontenot, able to step up into his throwing lane and hit Stricker in stride at midfield for the first down. First and 10, Redmen from their own 49. Minute 20 to go here in the half. Again, they have the wind at their back here on this drive. Klein with pressure, comes back near side, completes the pass to Jalen Dennis. Dennis wrapped up back at the original line of scrimmage. Streepy was there to make the play defensively, and Redmen will take their first time out here. So the big gain, the hit to Stricker on third down, and they come back with a little swing pass here to the near side to the tight end Jalen Dennis for a loss of 1, bringing up a 2nd and 11. Clock stopped with 1:07 to play here in this first half. Again, the only game going on in the CCIW right now. 1 o'clock kicks will be down in Bloomington as Illinois Wesleyan hosts Augustana. A curious game there. Out in Waukesha at 1 o'clock, it'll be Elmhurst and Carroll. 2 o'clock kick from Naperville, 5th-ranked North Central hosting North Park. And later this evening, a 6 o'clock kick down in Decatur as Milliken will host number 11, Wheaton. And neither team able to do much. Each team with a couple of big plays. The big run by Fisher of 73 yards, missed field goal. 2 missed field goals by Vartanian, the freshman field goal kicker for the Bears. Carthage very little as far as scoring opportunities here today. 2nd and 11 from their own 48. Klein changing the play, steps up, calls it out to his line. Twin tights inside, Fontenot the single back. Give to Fontenot. Fontenot cuts back over the middle, across midfield, inside the 45, down to the 44-yard line. Ridden down in the play by Matt Giles, senior linebacker out of Wheaton. Carthage getting to the line of scrimmage here. Plenty of time, 50 seconds to play, facing a 3rd and 3 from the 44-yard line. Klein wants to throw, stepping up, now scrambles to his left, still on his feet, trying to break a tackle, and down he'll go. Forward progress back to the line of scrimmage at the 45-yard line. Clock continues to run here with 33 seconds left. He tried to climb the pocket that time, did Klein, as he started to step up the near hash his left side, and found the going rather rough. And now we got a late timeout taken here. So Carthage will take their second timeout. They want to punt this one away with the wind with 20 seconds left. See if Collins can launch one here up into the jet stream. It's been a windy afternoon here in Kenosha, out of the northeast, right off of Lake Michigan. Rather chilly afternoon, touch of autumn in the air, temperatures in the upper 50s. Kind of a low gray overcast here today. Redmond travel to Elmhurst next Saturday to take on the Blue Jays. We'll be with you at 12:30 Central Time with our pregame. A 1 o'clock kick from Langhorst Field in Elmhurst. Then Redmond back here 2 weeks from today. Homecoming afternoon against Illinois Wesleyan. It'll be a 1 o'clock kick here at Art Keller Field. Offense back out there here for the Redmen with 25 seconds to play here in the quarter. Klein will work his way from the pistol. Fontenot to his right, two receivers right for the Redmen, and they're going to roll Klein out to his right, going to throw, and it's dropped. Incomplete through the hands of Brett Patton. He was open, throw was low, he was ready for it, just couldn't gather it in, and so now 19 seconds to play, 2 timeouts remaining. We'll see what the Bears will do here, what Larry Keinbaum wants to do here with his offense. Offense huddled up on the sideline far side, still talking about what they're going to do. Play clock is rolling here. They have yet to take the field. Larry Keinbaum in his game day attire, his usual game day attire, the khaki pants, the white dress shirt with the red tie. Old school in my book. As Davidson wants to set up a screen near side, catch is made by Fisher, bounces off a ship tackle, and then gets out to the 48-yard line. Seimer rolls him down, and Seimer is hurt. He may have lost the wind knocked out of him as he tried to bring Fisher down. Fisher may have kicked him in the stomach inadvertently, and Seimer is down. So time called with 9 seconds to go here in the second quarter for the injured Redmond player, Jacob Seimer, the senior out of Pleasant Prairie and Kenosha Indian Trail Academy. Jack Denauer, the head athletic trainer for Carthage College, tending to Seimer, who is now sitting up and now back up on his feet. Second down and 6 for the Bears. The ball at their own 49-yard line. Fisher, the single back, lined up deep behind the quarterback Davidson, working out of the pistol. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right here on second down. .6 seconds back up on the clock here. Reset the play clock to 25. Either play clock reset to 25 here. Now we got it set. Clock will wind down. Davidson looking to throw, comes back near side. Catch is made out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Will be enough for a first down on the catch by Green. Mitchell Green, the senior out of Sugar Grove. Be a 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. 3 seconds to go here in the quarter. Davidson stepping up in the pocket, going to go near side, ball in the air, receiver out of bounds as he made the catch, and the quarter comes to an end. Making the catch was Green, but he was out of bounds. Good coverage on the play that time by the Redmond secondary. So a scoreless first half here in Kenosha. Redmond and Washington University. Knotted up at zeros. We'll take a 2-minute break, back to run some of the numbers for you in this first half. Right after this 2-minute timeout, you are listening to Carthage Redmond football on Kenosha's radio station, AM 1050 WLIP.
There is no experience that compares to Carthage football. We move faster, strike harder, and train better than any other football program around. We compete in the CCIW, one of the most competitive conferences in the country, and we battle for championships every year. Our coaching staff knows what it takes to compete at the highest level. They pave the way for our students to be successful in the classroom and on the field. Our football facilities are top of the line and have formed a mecca for D3 football. Our multi-million-dollar stadium sits on the shores of Lake Michigan. We have a beautiful campus with top-of-the-line facilities. As a student athlete at Carthage, you will work harder than ever before. You will become bigger, faster, and stronger. You will have access to the best education, the best training, and the best facilities. Be a Carthaginian. Make your move.
Welcome back to Art Keller Field in Kenosha. John Weiser with you. We've reached halftime here between the Redmond and Washington University. A scoreless first half. A couple of big plays here. Redmond have 2 interceptions to turn away the Bears here today deep in their red zone. The Bears also have missed 2 field goals, a 52-yarder and a 21-yard field goal attempt. And they've had only one big play, and that was really the 73-yard run by Fisher that set up that 21-yard field goal attempt that was blocked by the Redmonds. So really not all that much happening here today in this contest as we take a look at some of the numbers here in this first half. And the rushing yardage here today, Redmond with just 34 yards rushing and 49 yards passing, so a total of 83 yards for the Redmond here today. Meanwhile, for Washington University, a total of 177 yards, 89 on the ground and 88 in the air. And as I mentioned, the difference, the Redmond with the 2 takeaways so far today, the 2 interceptions really have been the difference thus far, keeping this game deadlocked at 0 apiece. As we break it down individually in that first half, for the Redmond, Colton Klein, 14 of 21 for 49 yards, 1 sack today. He has not thrown an interception or a touchdown. His long pass of 20 earlier today. Favorite receiver has been Dana Fontenot on the screen pass out of the backfield. Fontenot with 23 yards in the air on 5 catches. Stricker 3 receptions for 15, a long of 20. Billy Dury 1 catch for 6. Brett Patton 1 catch for 3. And Jalen Dennis 4 receptions for a total of 2 yards. Meanwhile, on the ground, not much there. Fontenot 10 carries, 26 yards, an average of 2.6 and a long of 8. Colton Klein 6 runs, a net of 8 yards, a long of 9 for Colton Klein. Is the yardage for the Redmond here, total of 83 43 yards of offense in that first half, 49 in the air and 34 on the ground. Meanwhile, for WashU, Johnny Davidson at quarterback, 14 of 23 for 88 yards. He's thrown 2 picks. Was sacked once here today. He has a long of 24. Really spread the ball around greatly here. Matheson with 4 receptions. Green with 3. 2 for Oakman. 2 for Fisher. And 1 apiece for Giles, Wilkin, and Fensky in the receiving end. On the ground, Fisher 5 carries for a net of 74. He had a long of 73 today so far for the Bears. Davidson 4 carries for a net of 10. Bonsu 3 carries for a net of 5. Time of possession in that first half, Carthage 17:55, WashU 12:05. Penalties, each team with 1 penalty for 5 yards so far in this contest. Third down conversions, that's the story of the game. Both defenses tough on third down. The Bears 2 of 9, Carthage 4 of 12 in third downs. And the WashU converted on their fourth down. That was the fake punt by Johnny Davidson. Redmond 0 for 1 on fourth down conversions today. And that's where we stand here at the half. A scoreless first half here in Kenosha. We'll pause, take another 60 break. When we come back, we'll take a look at some of the other action going around the CCIW as our halftime report continues from Keller Field. No score between the Redmond and Washington University on AM 1050 WLIP. Carthage football on AM 1050 WLIP, brought to you today by Mason's Eatery and Pub on Highway 50 west of Green Bay Road in Kenosha. By Building Waters, Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. That's what they do. And don't forget refrigeration too. By Francetic Tax Resolution. Don't get frantic, get Francetic. Go to 262tax.com. By Luigi's Pizzeria on 39th Avenue, just south of Highway 50. By Something Different, a sports fan fantasy land located on 6th Avenue in downtown Kenosha. By the Berkshire Hathaway Epic Real Estate Company. By the Sinus and Snoring MD, Dr. Swerdlin, located on Green Bay Road in Kenosha. By Lynch Chevrolet of Kenosha, just east of I-94 on Highway 50. By Ruffalo's 2 Family Restaurant on 45th Street in Kenosha. Lou Perini's Gas and Grocery, just down the road on Sheridan Road and 52nd Street. Wingstop of Kenosha on Highway 50. Bob Rohrman's Kenosha Nissan. By Vigiano Insurance Agency, call Steve. He'll shop for your insurance needs. By S.J. Crystal's Menswear. Stop in and see Luisito today for the finest in men's fashions. It's clearly S.J. Crystal's, located on 6th Avenue in downtown Kenosha. By Dickey's Barbecue Pit, I-94 off Highway 50 across from Woodman's. And by the Westosha Sports Complex, Zero to Hero Conditioning. Visit WestoshaSportsComplex.com. John Weiser back with you at Keller Field. Halftime, a scoreless first half here in Kenosha. Other games this afternoon just getting underway in Bloomington. Illinois Wesleyan is hosting Augustana. That should be an interesting ball game. Augie coming in at 2-0. Wesleyan at 0-2. Out in Waukesha today, the Carroll Pioneers hosting the Elmhurst Blue Jays. The Blue Jays the next opponent for the Redmen next weekend down at Elmhurst. A 2 o'clock kick in Naperville this afternoon as the 5th-ranked Cardinals at 3-0 get set to take on North Park. That game at 2 o'clock down in Naperville, North Central at 2-0. And the night game tonight is down in Decatur as Milliken will play host to the 11th-ranked Wheaton Thunder. The game getting underway at 6 this evening. Big Ten football this afternoon. Nail-biter up in Madison, 8th-ranked Badgers and Northwestern. When those two teams get together, it's never usually a high-scoring game, and it's a 7-3 ball game in that contest. The Badgers took the early opening kickoff, scored, and they've held back Northwestern. It's 7-3 Badgers midway through the third quarter. Other games in the Big Ten today. Michigan bouncing back from their loss in Madison last week, throttling Rutgers 31-0, that game in the third quarter. Iowa, little trouble with Middle Tennessee State as they have a 27-0 lead on Middle Tennessee, that game midway through the third quarter. Later on this afternoon, Minnesota is at Purdue, and in East Lansing this afternoon, it'll be Michigan State hosting Indiana. Later on tonight, a nationally televised ball game from Lincoln, Nebraska. It'll be the 5th-ranked Buckeyes of Ohio State taking on the Cornhuskers of Nebraska. One final from last night in the Big Ten. It was a guerrilla stomp in Maryland as Penn State knocked off the Terrapins 59-0 over the Terps. Terps? Probably the Twerps last night. Not much happening also in the top 25 in D3 football this afternoon. The number 1 team, Mary Hardin Baylor, playing under the lights tonight in Texas as they host Howard Payne University. So not much to report there. We've got women's golf going on out at Brightondale this afternoon. The CCIW Women's Golf Championship hosted by Carthage out at the Brightondale Links, the blue course, the par 72 course out in Kansasville. And the Lady Reds have now opened up a 7-shot lead over Illinois Wesleyan. In the early stages of that one, they've completed 7 holes now, and Carthage has made up ground. They were down 1 going into this afternoon's action, and they've gained 8 strokes now on Illinois Wesleyan. They lead Wesleyan by 7 going into the turn here, into the halfway through the final round out at Brightondale. So best of luck to the Carthage Lady Red golf team as they continue to shine. As at stake is the automatic berth into the NCAA championship as the college representative, or the conference representative, I should say, from the CCIW with a victory today. So we'll keep our eyes on that score as the afternoon progresses. Well, the Redmen have some work to do and a scoreless first half. All my years, 18 to be exact, of calling Carthage football, I can't recall off the top of my head a scoreless first half of play. That's what we have here, each team battling it out. Really, it was the Bears who've had the scoring opportunities as they have had 2 field goal misses, 1 miss, a 52-yarder that was short and to the right in the first quarter, and then a field goal that was blocked, a 21-yard field goal attempt that was blocked and recovered by the Redmen. And so the Bears have had the scoring opportunities, and Carthage has had trouble moving the football today. Only 83 total yards in 37 plays. Not well at math, but I'll tell you that's less than 3 yards per play for the Redmen. They need to get that in gear. Carthage has tried the short passing game, but the this defense here by the Bears, very quick to the ball and very upper class laden in the secondary and linebacking core. So very stout defense here by both teams through this first half of play. We mentioned the Redmen will be on the road next week as they will take on the Elmhurst Blue Jays in Elmhurst, then return home to take on Illinois Wesleyan 2 weeks from today. Then it's back-to-back road games, the 19th and the 26th of October at Milliken, at North Central, before returning home on November 2nd to host North Park University. And of course, tickets are always available here for home games. $6 for adults, $3 for kids and senior citizens. To see you out here in person today if not today, certainly in the coming weeks here for Redmond football. Incidentally, today, the Redmond coaching staff wearing special patches on their sleeves today, as it's Coach to Cure MD Day here today, as the coaching staff trying to raise awareness for the Duchenne muscular dystrophy, fight against muscular dystrophy, and so wearing the special patches on their shoulders here today. Teams making their way back out. An early score in one of the early games. Carroll up 7-0 on Elmhurst in the first quarter. Scoreless first quarter between Illinois Wesleyan and Augustana midway through that first quarter. And as we mentioned before, North Central hosting North Park at 2 o'clock. Milliken hosting Wheaton at 6 o'clock tonight. Well, I have a moment. I got a chance to tell you about some exciting things that are happening here at Carthage College, and we want students to take notice of some of the tremendous opportunities here at Carthage, because now Carthage is offering a reduced sticker price on tuition. The college has reset its tuition for the 2021 year to $31,500. Starting in the fall of 2020, Carthage lowering its tuition by 30%. And that better reflects the amount most students pay, $31,500. In addition, room and board will not increase for the upcoming 2021 academic year, as Carthage continues to offer generous scholarships and aid, along with the new tuition, which might make your cost even lower. To find out more about this tuition reset, go on the web to carthage.edu and find out more about your opportunities here at Carthage College. Whether you're looking at something in fine arts or nursing, maybe you're an athlete looking to continue on at the Division III level. Check it out at carthage.edu. Redmond making their way out of the locker room to my right, getting set to start this second half. Scoreless first half here in Kenosha. Bears will get the ball to start this third quarter. So the Redmond defense needs to be ready to go here right from the jump here in this third quarter. Again, for the Bears, this will be the final year for head coach Larry Kindbaum. He announced earlier before the season started that this would be his final year, going to retire after 31 years at Washington University, 186 wins at WashU, 214 overall, and 36 years as a Division III head coach. And Kindbaum walk into retirement. Very well respected, as you heard Dustin Haas mention in our pregame. Man runs coaching clinics down at the WashU campus for other college coaches. And he is a leader. Wearing that white dress shirt with the WashU red and green tie and the khaki pants, as he does each and every Saturday afternoon. And a fine gentleman, one of the great coaches here. Two other active coaches in that top 10. He's the fifth active coach with the most wins at 214. A couple other CCIW coaches in that list as well. Mike Swider going for win number 100 himself, or number 200 I should say, with 199 wins. Norm Esch already over the 200 win mark down at Illinois Wesleyan. So Swider, if he can get the win tonight over Milliken, will go to 200 wins on the year. Norm Esch working on win number 209, should he get one today against Augustana. So three active coaches in the CCIW among the top 10 in coaching victories. Collins has it teed up. Redmond will work right to left here in this third quarter. So the Bears will be going into the wind. It's been rather breezy out here today. 15-20 mile an hour wind out of the north-northeast. Kind of a low gray overcast here today in Kenosha. Well, we do see some clearing off to the northwest, so may see some sunshine before the afternoon is over. Collins, the special team player of the week this week in the CCIW. 5 punts last week. 4 kickoffs, 3 of them for touchback, and he threw a 2-point conversion in the second half of that ball game. Was named special teams player of the week in the CCIW. See if he can get a hold of one here to start this third quarter. The run up by Collins, the drive of that right leg gets a high end over end kick. Will bounce through the end zone for the touchback. It'll be Bear ball at the 25-yard line. Johnny Davidson at quarterback, 14 of 23 for 88 yards. 1 sack in that first half. He also threw 2 picks. 13 interceptions now in the year for Davidson. Redmond will start this drive with Slater at 1 defensive end. Gabe Vila out there, Jacob Seimer. And Dylan Ramirez out there up front. 1st and 10 for the Bears at their own 25. They will hand it off. Fisher got nowhere to go, and down he goes for a loss back inside the 20-yard line. Dylan Ramirez was there, able to get in there and make the tackle for the loss of 5 back to the 20-yard line. 2nd and 15 for the Bears from their own 20. 3 receivers to the left, Davidson with time. Now under pressure, scrambles to his right. Davidson running up the near sideline across the 20, and he's belted out of bounds near the 25-yard line as he took a pretty good shot coming out to the boundary here. Joe Montoya able to make that play for the Redmen. So 3rd down and 11 here for the Bears. Davidson drops back, looks to throw, comeback route, knocked away, incomplete. Intended here for the receiver on the near side, broken up by Jeremiah Baker, and it's a quick 3 and out posted by the Redmen defense. Davidson had time, was just a comeback route here off the near numerals, was looking for Green, and Baker had the better coverage, got the right hand in there to knock it away, incomplete. 4th down, Davidson remains on in punting formation. Patton standing at his own 40, and Davidson will be kicking into the wind here. Good snap, he'll kick it away. This is off the side of his foot, won't even reach midfield. Digs into the turf and down at the Bear 48-yard line. Just a 24-yard punt by Davidson. So the Redmen, their best field position to start a drive today, will start this one at the Bear 48-yard line. Colton Klein will come out to lead the offense. Klein 14 of 21 for 49 yards in that first half. 1 sack. He'll have Fontenot in the backfield. Fontenot 10 carries, 26 yards so far today. Dury, the tight end, lined up here to the near side, along with Sam Limbaugh. And the give is to Fontenot, trying to get the corner here on the left side. Cuts back at the near hash mark inside the 47 down to about the 46-yard line. Gain of about 1 on the play. 2nd down 9 upcoming for the Redmen. Front for Carthage, Neville at left tackle. Gales at left guard, Ferraro the center. Roberts the right guard, and Werner the right tackle. 2nd down and 9. Klein working from the pistol with Fontenot to his left. Four-man rush. Now Klein scrambles to his left, throws on the run, back to the near side. Javon Stricker with the catch inbounds inside the 35. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 32-yard line. It'll be a gain of 14 and a first down. Klein to Stricker. For Stricker, that's his 4th reception today. Moves the sticks, and it'll be first down for the Redmen at the Bear 32-yard line. Jalen Dennis lined in a slot to the far side along with Patton. Near side receiver is Stricker. Fontenot in the backfield. Dury the tight end. Fontenot fake from Klein, throwing over the middle, looking for Stricker. Had it, but lost it inside the 10. Incomplete. Tried to come down with it. It was on his fingertips, but good defense that time by Justin DiCarlo, the defensive back, who may have knocked it away, and Stricker is slow to get up. Tried to make a hands catch that time with the defender DiCarlo on him, did Stricker. Could not come up with it. And he is in some discomfort inside the 10-yard line. It was a good throw by Klein. Stricker trying to get those hands out to make the grab, and he jogs off the field under his own power. So 2nd and 10 for the Redmen. We're just underway, 3rd quarter. Redmen force a 3-and-out on the Bears, take over at the Bear 47-yard line, and have driven it down to the 32, their deepest penetration today. Patton split to the right, along with Dennis. Vercelli in there now for Stricker, lined up as a single receiver near side. Dury also lined up in a slot to the right side, so 3 receiver look now to the right for the Redmen, with Fontenot the single back in the backfield. Klein will work from the pistol on 2nd and 10 from the 32. Klein fakes to the right, looks left, now looks over the middle. Coming back across is Dury, through his hands, incomplete. Billy Dury was open at the 20-yard line as he got some separation that time from Matt Bernstein, the defensive back, and went right through his fingertips, incomplete. Dury will tell you he should have had it. Nice look at the field level replay here. Dury coming right in there, and I think he looked before he caught that time. 3rd and 10 from the 32 for the Redmen. Stricker back in there now as a single receiver to the left. Klein rolling right, steps up, now fires, complete far side to Patton. He's wrapped up immediately at the 25-yard line, short of the first down. Brett Patton with the reception. That's his 2nd today. Comes up short. Let's see what the Redmen will do. Collins is coming on, and he will attempt a 42-yard field goal. He'll have the wind at his back. This attempt will come from the right hash mark, going right to left. 42-yard attempt here for Collins. 0 for 1 in the field goal department. Missed a 50-yarder a couple of weeks back against Oshkosh. Patton on the hold, Wyand on the snap, ball down, kick is on the way. Line drive kick that is wide left and no good. Had plenty of distance, but he hooked it wide to the left. And so we remain scoreless here with just under 12 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Carthage and Washington University. First opportunity for the Redmen today. Redmen football on AM 1050, brought to you in part by Triangle Flooring Furniture and Appliance Center on Highway 50 at 39th Avenue in Kenosha, and by the new Taco Bell. It's located in Kenosha on I-94 and Highway 50 inside the BP gas station. Welcome them aboard. Fisher 1st and 10, dive up the middle, may have gotten a yard, that's about it. Gain of 1 just across the 25 to the 26-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9. Davidson going to throw, comes back near side. Couldn't get him to the turf. The catch was made at far side by Matheson. That's his 5th reception today, but could have been stopped for no gain. And fortunately for the Redmen, it was Jeremiah Baker could not get him to the turf. Davidson now scrambles up the middle, tripped up from behind, brought down near the 30-yard line. Jalen Slater, a sophomore in there for Cam Stubblefield, able to make that play, and we've got a player down for the Redmen. I think that is Stubblefield who was down. And both Stubblefield and Slater in there. Quickly 4th down here for the Bears. So the Redmen do a good job of making the stop once again. Another 3 and out early in this 3rd quarter. Patton standing at his own 35. 4th and 5, and it would appear that Davidson is going to punt here. Another low kick. Will bounce at the Carthage 40. Inside the 40 and roll dead at the Redmen 37-yard line. 33-yard punt into the wind that time by Davidson. No return. Carthage ball at their own 37-yard line. 10:47 to go here in the 3rd. We remain scoreless. Patton lined up in a slot right, along with Jalen Dennis. Stricker here to the near side. Single back in the backfield is Fontenot. It's Colton Klein at quarterback. Will swing it out, trying to get it out there to the tight end, and it's broken up, incomplete. Was looking for Sammy Limbaugh, but the pass broken up on the play. Michael Prescott, the left defensive lineman, left end out of Colleyville, Texas, knocked that pass down incomplete. Brings up 2nd down 10. Klein will hand it off. Gives it to Fontenot, breaks a tackle, spins across the 45 out to the 46-yard line. And it's going to be just short of the 1st down by a yard. So 3rd down and a yard here for the Redmen. They quickly get to the line of scrimmage. Klein ready to snap the football. Gets the snap, rolls to his right. Wants to throw on the run. Continues to run. Can get to the edge, makes a man miss. Trying to dive forward, could not get there. Not sure what Klein was doing there. He had a chance to try and step out, just couldn't get his feet out from under him. And will come up short, actually lost a yard. Redmond now 4 for 14 on 3rd downs. As they come up short here, we'll punt it away. Collins on to kick. Bernstein at his own 15 awaits the punt. Collins gets off a nice one, a spiraling driving kick that will make its way into the end zone for the touchback. 55-yard punt that time by Collins, but only a 30 net, as that will come back out near the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 Bears there, 9.5 minutes to go here in the 3rd. Again, we're looking for our first score this afternoon. Davidson will lead the offense out. 15 of 25, 91 yards, sacked once, intercepted twice. We'll hand it off. This is Bonsu trying the right side. Bonsu pulled down from behind. Late penalty marker. This will be a horse collar tackle here against the Redmen. Looked like he got pulled down from behind. Galvin Hoops was there. And it's actually going to be a holding call here against the Bears. Bolden Heasted, backup H-back, senior out of Windermere, Florida, the guilty party on the hold. So actually looked like it was going to be a horse collar there, as it looked like they pulled the receiver down from behind. First and 20, I should say, back at the 10-yard line. Davidson, a hitch and go, left side, looking for a receiver out there. Leaping grab out to the 35-yard line. Nice catch out there made by Mitchell Green. Just out-jumped the defensive back, Jeremiah Baker, got to the highest point of that pass, 6'4", going up against 5'11". No contest. Davidson ready at the 35, takes the snap, looking to throw, far side. Heasted with the catch, out across the 45, down to the Redmond 42-yard line. Gain of 23 and a first down. The Bears at the line of scrimmage, ready to snap it again. From the Redmond 43, first and 10 Bears. They'll hand it off. Struggle forward out to the 41-yard line. Redmond able to stop there. First carry of the afternoon for Emmanuel Ibram, 5'8" junior. Second down and 8. Ibram will get the call again. He'll be wrestled down just across the 40 at the Redmond 39-yard line. Well short of the first down. It'll bring up a 3rd and about 6 here for WashU. Fisher back in there at a running back. They'll put 3 receivers here to the near side along with Green, I should say. Davidson on the roll to the right, looking to run, now dumps it out, completes the pass near side. Nice catch made and drilled down to the turf is the receiver, Fensky. He'll take it down to the Redmond 23-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and a first down. Little jump pass that time by Davidson as he was facing pressure in the backfield on the scramble. Threw it on the run, just a soft toss, and Fensky able to make the play. From the 23-yard line, first and 10. Davidson drop back, looks to throw, slant pattern, catch is made. Nick Watts down to the Redmond 16-yard line for a gain of 7. Hurry up offense once again. They get to the line, they snap the ball. Davidson ready to go with 3 receivers to the left. Again looking to throw. Pump fake, now throws it. Back corner of the end zone. Catch is made, out of bounds. Rule him out of bounds. Nick Watts battling Jeremiah Baker that time in the back pylon near side of the end zone. But he made the catch out of play. Incomplete, 3rd down. 3rd and 3 from the Redmond 16. Now we got a timeout. Fensky is down. Or Nick Watts, I should say. He is down. So time called as they tend to him. Clock stops, 7:17 to go here in the 3rd. Couple of big plays here by the Bears on this current drive. And it started at the 20-yard line, a 10-yard penalty for holding. So this is a 7-play, 64-yard drive so far for the Bears. But back-to-back pass receptions put them in Carthage territory, and now they're down to the Redmond 17-yard line. Make it the 16-yard line here on 3rd and 3. Fisher, the single back, lined up behind the quarterback, Davidson. Davidson takes the snap, will hand it off. Fisher, stutter step, wrapped up immediately in the backfield. Jalen Slater got in there to make the stop back near the 18-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. Brings up 4th down. They're going to forego the field goal attempt. They will go for it here on 4th down. 1 for 1 today on 4th down efficiency. Redmond showing blitz. Here they come. They try and set up the screen. Catch is made. And it's going to be close. Looks like he maybe stopped short of the first down. He hit the turf with his shoulder short of the first down stick at the 16-yard line. They needed the 14-yard line, needed the 13, and it will be stopped short. And it will be Carthage ball here, taking over on downs. So the Redmond defense again coming up big in the red zone, turning the Bears away. Redmond have had trouble moving the ball themselves today. 4 for 14 on third downs today for the Redmen. They take over at their own 14-yard line. 6:49 to play here in the third. Line takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Fontenot, trying to run with the ball, and he's buried back at the 10-yard line. Not sure what he was reading there. That read option took the snap, had the ball in the belly of Fontenot, then pulled it back, and Klein, I don't think, saw the pressure coming off his left side and was put down by Jared Huther, and Christensen also in on that stop. Be a loss back to the 12-yard line, a loss of 2, 2nd and 12. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers here for the Redmen. The tight ends lined up as wings here on either side. Klein will take the snap, fake the handoff, wants to toss it out far side, completes the pass. Patton breaks a tackle across the 20, out to the 21-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, short of the first down. It'll bring up a 3rd and a long 2 here for the Redmen. Again, the Redmen just 4 of 14 on third downs today. Colton Klein working from the pistol as Fontenot to his right. 2 tight ends lined up in the backfield as well. Fontenot gets the call, trying to work the left side. Second effort, may be short of the first down at the 22-yard line. An initial contact there and then tried to fight out of the Peter Pagatti tackle. Pagatti able to take him down a yard shy of the first down, the punting unit coming on. Pagatti, second team all-conference a year ago in the CCIW. So 4th down and Collins on again to punt. This will be his 9th punt today, averaging just shy of 32 a kick. Again, he'll have the wind at his back here. Gets this one away, a nice high spiral. Bernstein gonna field, no fair catch, and he's buried at the catch, the 37-yard line. Good job by the special team unit to get down there for the Redmen. Kyle Kursak on special teams in there on the stop. Forward progress just shy of the 39-yard line. That's where the Bears will start this drive. Their own 39. Still looking for our first score of the afternoon. Davidson will hand it off. Fisher cuts back to the right side. Not much there. The Redmen were there and waiting. Kevin O'Boyle in there for Carthage. Along with Tommy, or I should say Josh Wayan. Loss of 4, 2nd down 14 for the Bears. Davidson wants to throw. Come back near side. Pass is thrown incomplete. Had Green open inside the 40-yard line, but he threw it behind him and it goes incomplete. Green with 4 receptions for 47 yards today. Quickly 3rd and 14 now. Davidson rolling to his left. At the left hash mark, looking to throw, still on his feet, on the scramble, pulled down from behind. Ball came out. Let's see, was there a fumble or not? It was. Fisher recovered. Good job by the Redmond defense. Take another look here as Davidson immediately rolled to his left off the snap out of the pistol. Had O'Boyle out there. And O'Boyle was able to shed the block, try and pull him down from behind and force the football out, but it was recovered by Fisher short of the first down. So 4th and 12, Davidson, high snap, kicks this one away. His best punt of the day. Patton, a fair catch signaled for and made at the 28-yard line. 39-yard punt down to the 29, make it the 28-yard line. That's where the Redmen will take over. 1st and 10 here, late in the third. 3:19 to play. A scoreless ball game here today. Augustana and Wesleyan are tied at 7-7 early second quarter. Elmhurst and Carroll early second quarter. That game knotted at 7 apiece. North Central, North Park to kick off at 2. Later tonight, Wheaton at Milliken. Play fake to Fontenot now as Klein rolls out to his right now on the scramble. Will slide down short of the 34-yard line. Using that baseball knowledge of his, Klein, the starting center fielder and leadoff hitter for the Redmond baseball team. Just like sliding into second base for him. Gain of 3, 2nd down 7. Klein hands it off. Fontenot coming over the left side across the 35 out to the 36-yard line where he is wrapped up there. Merrick in on that stop. Jeff Merrick, the senior linebacker, short of the first down, sets up a 3rd and 2. Three receivers to the right, Dury, Patton and Murphy. Stricker to the near side. They'll throw it out far side. Catch is made at far side by Patrick Murphy. He'll get the first down. Well, Murph last week had a rough week. He had a couple of openings over the middle and unable to connect for a couple of sure 6s. Nursing student here at Carthage, able to come up and make that catch, his first reception of the year for Patrick Murphy. Gets a pat on the back from JC3. James Cobbs III, the receiver coach for the Redmen. 1st and 10 Carthage from the 43. Klein looking to throw. Now scrambling to his right up the field. Klein now across the 45, 50. Cross midfield to the 45, down the near sideline 40, 35, and out of bounds short of the 30-yard line. Colton Klein on the scramble that time, completely across the field, started down the right hash, then cut to up the middle, found some running room into Bear territory. Just tucked that ball away in that left hand and off to the races at midfield, coming to the near sideline. They'll mark it at the 32. 1st and 10, Redmond there. Play fake to Fontenot, trying to throw it out, and it's incomplete. Knocking it down that time, may have gotten a piece of it. Trying to swing it out to that far side, looking for Jalen Dennis. The ball fell short and incomplete. 25-yard run by Klein, the longest run by a Redmond player today. 2nd down and 10 from the 32. 1:15 to play here in a scoreless third quarter. Fontenot, the single back in the backfield. Dennis, the slot receiver to the right side. And they'll give it to Fontenot. Charges up the left side, inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line where he was stopped there. John Christensen, sophomore linebacker there to make the play for the Bears. Gain of 3, so it sets up a 3rd and 7 from the 29-yard line with less than a minute to go here in the third quarter. Stricker out to that far side along with Dennis. Klein now working from the pistol. Will swing it to Fontenot out of the backfield. Makes the catch, trying to get to the edge to the outside. Trying to fight through a couple of tackles. Gets down to the 25-yard line where he's tackled inbounds. Brings up 4th and short. Looks like the field goal unit coming on now for the Redmen. If they want to kick this one with the win, they may need to take a timeout here. Clock down to 12 seconds. This will be a 42-yard attempt. Let's see if Dustin Haas takes a timeout here. They get everybody set. They will snap. Patton with the hold. The kick by Collins is up, and it is good. 42-yard field goal for David Collins. And the Redmen take the lead as the third quarter clock expires. Big play here for the Redmen. Nice hold by Patton. The strike by Collins goes through, and after 3 quarters, it is Carthage 3, Washington University nothing. On your home for Redmond football, AM 1050 WLIP.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that. And it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
Eight plays, 47 yards, 25 on the scamper by Klein, and David Collins boots a 42-yard field goal to give the Redmen a 3-0 lead as we begin the 4th. The kickoff by Collins, and the return out across the 20, 25 out to the 30 and the 32-yard line. Kylan Neville's Reed on the return. And so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bears at their own 32-yard line. Redmond defense has played well here today. They've held the Bears scoreless. 3 of 14 on 3rd downs. They have been up to the challenge here. Let's see what Davidson does here on 1st down. Rolling to his right, throwing on the run. A high pass, incomplete, out across the 40-yard line. Pass was intended for Matheson. Matheson, the leading receiver today, with 5 catches for 30 yards. Davidson today, 20 of 34 for 165 yards. No touchdowns, 2 interceptions, been sacked twice. 2nd and 10 from his own 32. Redmond showing blitz. They get out there, complete the pass, far side, but a short gain. As it goes out to Oakman, he was wrestled down on the play by the corner, Bobby Baker, on that far side. Gain of about 2 brings up 3rd and 8 for the Bears. Davidson from the pistol. Wants to throw here on 3rd down. 3-man rush, stepping up, launching one, far side, and it is caught inside the 30-yard line, but let's see. We got a hat off by the official. Did the receiver go out of bounds? No, it was the defender. They will count the catch down to the Redmond 32. Nice play. Again, taking advantage of the height of Green, able to make that catch. 35 yards down to the Redmond 32. Quick pass here to the near side is complete. Down to the Redmond 25-yard line. With it is Matheson. Second down upcoming here. Davidson again drops back. Hit as he's thrown. Ball in the air, and it's through the hands of the receiver in the end zone and dropped incomplete. Oh my. Kyle Cummings had a touchdown in his fingertips. There is a penalty marker on the play, however, 2 of them down, back near the 30-yard line. Relatively penalty-free day, only 2 penalties all day today. The officials are huddled up here. We're early here in the 4th. Carthage getting a 3-0 lead on a 42-yard field goal by David Collins as time expired to end the 3rd. Bears driving, but here's the penalty call. So a holding penalty on Zucci, the left guard. They will step that off from the spot of the foul. They say that it was Dylan Ramirez who committed the personal foul with a blow to the head. They mark the 15 yards off down to the 20-yard line, and that's where the Bears will snap it here. It will be a 1st and 10 from the Redmond 20. The officials waiting to put the ball in play, and they do. Davidson ready to take the snap and does. Drops back. Now scrambles up the middle. Cuts back to his left and is tripped up at the 15-yard line. Joey Montoya able to get in there to make that stop. Gain of 5, 2nd down and 5 for Davidson. He'll hand it off. Fisher rolls up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. 15-yard touchdown run by Fisher, and the Bears retake the lead. Fisher, his first touchdown rushing here. And the Bears out in front 6-3 with the extra point pending. Bartanian, the freshman, on to attempt the extra point. Well, the penalty hurt. That was the penalty on Dylan Ramirez. That created the automatic 1st down at the 20. Vartanian's kick is up, and it is good. 7-3 Bears. Early in the 4th, we'll take a break. You're listening to Carthage Redmond football on AM 1050 WLIP. A 6-play, 68-yard drive, aided on that penalty by Dylan Ramirez, gave them a 1st down at the 20, and John Fisher running it in from 15 yards out. The Bears lead 7-3. Vartanian's kick will go over the head of Jacob Boucher, and so it'll be Carthage ball at the 25-yard line. Now going back to that series there, they would have had the stop. It would have been 3rd down and 8, plus the holding call would have moved them back beyond the 30-yard line. But because both penalties were enforced during the play, a holding call, then the dead ball personal foul on Ramirez for the blow to the head, that moved the ball down to the Redmond 20, and Bears were able to take advantage. So now the Redmond trails 7-3 with the ball at their own 25, 1st and 10. Klein hands it off. Fontenot circles around the left side, got a yard, that's about it. Running has been hard to come by today for the Redmond, as they brought down on the play by Jeff Merrick. He's had a good afternoon for the Bears. Gain of 2, 2nd down 8 for the Redmond. Stricker lined up here to the near side. Patton to the far side. Twin tights, single back is Fontenot. Bears showing blitz. They read it, they give it to Fontenot, trying to work over the right side, gets out to the 30-yard line. Not much running room there at all. John Christensen in there on the stop. Christensen, a linebacker, a sophomore. And Redmond facing another 3rd down here. Carthage 5 for 17 on third down conversions today. Third and 5 from their own 30. Klein back in pistol formation here. Will take the snap. Hands it off to Fontenot, and he's wrapped up immediately. I'm not sure what Klein is reading on that read option. There's too much traffic in there to hand that ball off. No gain, 4th down and 5, and once again the punting unit coming on. Oh, Klein, who was reading well last week on the read option, hit on pretty much every play, struggles here, and he's having an animated discussion with R.J. Chedester, the offensive coordinator for the Redmen. Low snap. Jalen Dennis got it away on the punt. It'll roll across midfield and out of bounds at the Bear 49-yard line. Good field position for the Bears. They lead at 7-3 with 11:19 to play in the contest. Illinois Wesleyan, a 14-7 lead, 3 minutes to go, second quarter over Augustana. Midway through the second quarter, Carroll a 10-7 lead over Elmhurst. Washington University with that quick strike capability back on the field here. Johnny Davidson, 23 of 36, 208 yards. Fisher, 10 carries, 79 yards, and a touchdown today. Fisher will, Bonsu will get the carry, and he is met in the backfield for a loss back to the 46-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2 to bring up second down and 12. The back kind of stumbled around Davidson, the quarterback. They collided in the backfield. In with the tackle. They throw it over the middle. Again, short gain to the 49 of the Redmen. Brought down on the play by Tommy Williams, and so it'll bring up a third down quickly here for the Bears. 3rd and 8 from the Redmen 49. Davidson signaling to his 3 receivers lined up on that right side. Davidson looking that way. Going to throw that way. Ball in the air. Catch is made. First down, Matheson. Mitchell Green, I should say. Green has had a busy day today. That's his 6th reception, and that's just the height advantage there. Able to throw it high on the short corners by the Redmen. Bobby Baker at 5'7", Jeremiah Baker 5'11". First down Bears at the Redmen 38-yard line. They lead at 7-3. They swing it out to Green here, and he drops the pass incomplete. He was open behind the line of scrimmage. Damian Lomelli had an interception in his first collegiate start today, back in the first quarter. So second down and 10 from the Redmen 38. Davidson again drops straight back. Now under pressure, gets away from Ship, throws it downfield, wide open at the 20, 15, 10, 5, down to the 2-yard line. Davidson able to find an open receiver on that far side, the right side of the field, as he got pressure by the blitzing linebacker Ship. And we've got an injured Redmond player down as he got away from Ship, threw it on the run far side. Catch was made at the 25, and then rumbling down that sideline with it was Heastand. Bolden Heastand inside the 5, got down to the 2, and that's where he takes it there. And now it'll be first and goal and inside the 2-yard line as time has been called here. As the Redmond player back up under his own power. As Galvin Hoops, the free safety, who had to come back and make that catch. Well, Ship was on the blitz that time, actually got a piece of Davidson, got his jersey, tried to pull him down by the jersey, but Davidson just too strong, able to get away from that. Keep that play alive. First and goal, Bears inside the 2-yard line. 9:50 to go here in the ball game. Redmond trails 7-3, but the Bears with a first and goal at the 1-yard line. Davidson will keep it. Helmet off. Someone's helmet came off. And a touchdown signal now by the line judge. Late signal. Davidson gets in there for the touchdown, and it's 13-3 in favor of the Bears. So Davidson from 1 yard out with the run. His helmet came off as he crossed the plane of the goal. Vartanian on for an important extra point. Ball down, kick on the way, and the kick is good. Just inside the left upright. 14-3 in favor of the Bears. We'll step out, 9:46 to play. You're home for Redmond football, AM 1050 WLIP. Six-play, 52-yard drive. The big play, the 37-yard pass to Heastan, set them up at the 1. Davidson over from the 1, 14-3 WashU. Boucher will let this one sail over his head through the end zone for the touchback. 9:46 remains in this one. Redmond have been unable to do anything offensively here today. 19 of 30 is Klein for 90 yards. Redmond have only rushed the ball for 84 yards on 28 attempts today. This Bear defense has been tough on the Redmond all afternoon long. Klein back out there at quarterback, has Fontenot in the backfield, 3 receivers to his left. A single receiver right working from the pistol. Klein steps up, throws over the middle, ball tipped, it's intercepted. Trying to go over the middle looking for Dury, ball was tipped, it was picked off on the play by TJ Perusik, the sophomore out of Willoughby Hills, Ohio, the defensive back. First interception thrown by Klein today. That hurts. Had Dury open, but the ball was late. Ball got tipped, and it was an easy pick. And so the Bears now in total control here with 9.5 minutes to go, leading 14-3. The offense coming back out. Klein has had a rough day today. Some of his reads on that read option have not been on spot. And handed off to Fisher coming around the left side. And Fisher wrapped up by O'Boyle at the 40-yard line and stopped there for no gain. We got a couple of players slow to get up. One of them is Fisher. So time was called for Fisher. So we also have a lineman down for the Bears. That's Shea Zucci, the left guard, I believe, who was down at the 40-yard line. Also, Fisher shaken up, is slow to get back to the sideline that far side. Well, the Redmen hit the road next Saturday. They will take on the Elmhurst Blue Jays from Elmhurst College, Langhorst Field. Our pregame begins at 12:30. We'll have a 1 o'clock kick here on WLIP and on the audio stream at WLIP.com. Our next home game will be the homecoming game Saturday, October 12th, as the Redmen will host Illinois Wesleyan. That also a 1 o'clock kick, and our broadcast will begin at 12:30 on October the 12th. Don't forget Redmond soccer coming up this week. Redmond will take on Lake Forest here at 7:30. Next Saturday, it's a busy sports day here at Carthage College. Women's soccer, Lady Reds take on Elmhurst at 5. We have a women's volleyball match, the Lady Reds and North Park. And men's soccer also against Elmhurst next Saturday. Here at beautiful Art Keller Field in Kenosha. 9:26 to play. 14-3 WashU. Pair of touchdowns here in this fourth quarter after Redmond took a 3-0 lead to end the third. They face a 2nd and 10 from the Redmond 40. Davidson from pistol sends a man in motion near side. They'll hand it off to Fisher. Inside the 40, struggles forward, trying to get extra yardage. Yellen Hoops was there, I should say Williams there to make the stop. 3rd down and 7 upcoming now. Big 3rd down here for the Redmond defense. Got to hold him here to at least, would be out of the field goal range at least here. Try and get this ball back. Clock rolling, 8:45 to play, down 11. Three receivers right here on 3rd down. Davidson drops back, looks to throw. Time over the middle. Ball is knocked away, incomplete. We got flags all over the place. One in the backfield, one downfield inside the 20-yard line. These may be offsetting. Let's see. Pass was intended for Wilkin, but let's see. So offsetting penalties. Mascalunas, the center, on the offensive hold. Galvin Hoops, the defensive hold. So we'll replay the down. 3rd down and 7 from the Redmond 37-yard line. 3 receivers to the right again. Davidson rolling right. Now cuts back to his left. Looking downfield. Throws it into the end zone. Ball in the air. Catch made. Touchdown, Bears. What a play by Johnny Football. Johnny Davidson. Under pressure. Scrambled right. Cut back to his left. Heaved it to the end zone and let his man Mitchell Green run underneath it. Made the catch. And that is your dagger here this afternoon. 23 Bears. What a play. That's as athletic a play as you'll see from any quarterback in this league. Maybe better than Brock Rudder there. Davidson hitting Green for the touchdown, 37 yards. Vartanian's extra point is up, and it is good. 21 unanswered by the Bears here in the fourth quarter, and they lead 21-3. Back after this on AM 1050 WLIP. 3 plays, 40 yards. Davidson to Green for 37 of them on the touchdown pass. And it's a 21 unanswered by the Bears. They lead at 21-3. And Boucher will let this one sail into the end zone for the touchback. Redmond have not been able to do anything offensively today. That's a credit to the Bear defense. They have taken the read option away from Colton Klein and the offense today. They've held the Redmond to just 84 yards rushing, 90 yards passing in comparison. Davidson today, 27 of 41. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 298 yards passing, 112 rushing today. Redmond have given up 400 yards today of total offense. Klein now will try it again from the 25-yard line. Looking to throw with time. Now on the scramble, and he's going to be sacked. Penalty marker down as well as Klein gorilla stomp back at the 18-yard line. Check out the penalty here. They'll take the sack as the penalty was on the left tackle, Drew Neville. Loss of 10 on that sack. It'll bring up 2nd down and 20. Schumacher credited with that sack for the Bears. 2nd and 20. Swing it out short through the hands of Fontenot, behind him, incomplete. That was a badly thrown ball that time by Colton Klein. He had Fontenot open, but Fontenot looking for the fastball. Klein threw him the knuckle curve that time. That ball just slipped out of his hand. Quickly now, the Redmen facing a 3rd and 17. Klein looking to throw, scrambles right. Everybody covered. Now he's under pressure, and down he goes again. Schumacher, 2nd sack on this drive. Throws Klein to the turf, brings up 4th down, and Bears in full control of this one, leading 21-3 with 7.5 minutes to play. They've taken everything away from the Redmen here today. Nothing downfield, nothing short. They've taken the running game away. Redmond have not had an answer today at all for that Bear defense. Collins to punt into the wind. It's an end-over-end kick that will bounce and roll across midfield into Bear territory and will roll dead at the 46-yard line. 36-yard punt, dead at the 46-yard line. And so the Bears, with 7 minutes to play, leading 21-3, they have been able to move the football all afternoon. This will be a new quarterback in there now, Tim Tegu. They'll throw it out here to the near side, complete to Fenske here. Fenske making the catch just shy of midfield. Tegu is a junior out of Orinda, California. He's making his 2nd appearance of the season. He's 3 for 7 for 25 yards. That coming against the University of Chicago in week 1. Bonsu is the running back. Single back behind him now on 2nd down. He'll get the call. Bonsu nowhere to run. Redmond able to read it well and get him to the turf. Ran right into the teeth of the Redmond defense that time. Gabe Vila in there along with Josh Wayan. Be a loss back to the 45-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd and 11. Again, time the enemy now for the Redmen. Under 6 minutes to play, trailing 21-3. Again, stay tuned. Our post game, Dustin Haas will join us up here in the booth. Get his thoughts on this afternoon's ball game. That'll be coming up during our post game here today. Redmond showing blitz. Tagu going to throw the screen pass. Nicely done there. Dumps it out across midfield and down to the 45-yard line, close to a first down. Ibram there to make that play. Looks like he's going to be stopped shy of the first down, and it looks like the punting unit coming on. Davidson not injured, just out of that series. He'll come on to punt. Be 4th and 1 at the Redmond 46-yard line, and Davidson would appear to be punting here. Clock will continue to roll, under 5 minutes to play. Redmond down 21-3. Fair catch signaled for. The ball will bounce at the 5 and into the end zone for a touchback. 46-yard punt, no return. So Redmond will take over on their own 20-yard line. 4:45 to play. They're down 21-3. Boy, this is quite the ball game. Scoreless through almost 3 full quarters. The Redmond with a 42-yard field goal to take the lead, 3-0, but 21 unanswered now by the Bears. As Klein now will dump it out to Stricker. Stricker makes the catch across the 20 out to the 25-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play brings up a 2nd and 5. So a short pass, gain of 5, brings up a 2nd and 5 for the Redmond. Alex Harvey in on that stop for the Bears. Now Klein rolls out to his right, looking to throw. Everybody covered. Going to try and run it for the first down. Gets across the 30, out to the 32-yard line and out of bounds. Jared Huther tried to run him down. Huther playing with a big club on that left hand. Klein able to run it out of bounds at the 32 for the first down. 1st and 10, Redmond. Klein takes the snap. Rolls to his left. Wants to throw downfield, looking for Dennis. Makes the catch over to midfield, across the 40, and out of bounds short of the 35-yard line. Jalen Dennis with the reception to the Bear 36-yard line as he went out of bounds. Nicely done there. Klein rolling left, got to the left hash mark, dropped the dime over the linebacker into Dennis's lap at midfield, and he was able to run it down that far sideline and out of bounds near the 36-yard line. 32-yard pickup by Dennis. Hamilton got him to the border. 1st and 10, Carthage now breaks down. Klein looking to throw it away and does, as he takes a shot as he was getting rid of that football. Close to being a late hit that time out there by Anthony Brown, sophomore linebacker. He was bearing down on Klein as he got it away. Klein still talking with the referee. Klein, because it was Brown who made contact and then drove him into the turf. 2nd down 10. Ball at the 36-yard line, 3:19 to play. And showing blitz off the left edge. Now they just drop back, rush 3. Klein over the middle, ball tipped in the air, and it is incomplete. Ball was tipped. Anthony Brown was going to try and pick it up near the 25-yard line, but the ball hit the turf as he tried to come up with that interception. 2nd tip ball here thrown by Klein, and it was nearly picked off again. They've been down to 2 downs here. 3rd and 10 now from the Bear 36-yard line. Klein rolling out to his right, throwing on the run right side, looking for Dennis, makes the catch out of bounds near the 15-yard line. Somehow got that one in that window, and Dennis able to make the catch and out of bounds at the 15. Well covered by Perusic, the defensive back. Klein rolling right, able to square the shoulder and get something on it, and Dennis able to pull it in. First and 10 from the 15. Klein looking for Stricker. He was open and it was over his head, incomplete. Stricker lined up here on the right side running a post route, was open inside the 5, but the pass was high. Second down and 10. Stops the clock with 2:51 to play. Redmen trail 21-3, but driving. First trip in the red zone today for the Redmen at the 15-yard line. Line will take the snap, will swing it out to Fontenot, left side backfield, makes the catch, breaks a tackle to 15, inside the 10, and rolled out of bounds near the 8-yard line. Kyle Schrader finally got him to the turf. They will mark him out inside the 9. Third down and short now for the Redmen, 3rd and 3. Just inside the 8-yard line. Fake to Fontenot, throw back near side, catch is made, Patton at the 10. Fights his way forward inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line, should have enough for a Redmen first down. Again, Schrader with the ankle tackle on Patton. Sets up a 1st and goal for the Redmen at the 4-yard line. Klein gets them set. From the 4, 1st and goal, Stricker in motion. They'll fake, Klein will keep it, trying to get to the outside left side, nothing doing. Buried on the play. Huther and Schrader both there. They'll mark forward progress at the 5. Clock continues to roll here. Minute 45 remaining. Carthage down 21-3, trying to get in the end zone. 3 receivers to the right. Single back is Fontenot. From the 5, Klein takes the snap. Now scrambles out to his right, being chased out of the pocket to the 10-yard line. Throws it, nearly threw an interception as it went into the defender's hands at the boundary in the end zone, and he dropped it. He was looking for Jalen Dennis in the back corner. I don't think he saw Perusik there, who got his hands on the ball but couldn't make the catch. Stops the clock with 1:31 to play. Three receivers to the right once again. Patton, Dennis, Dury. Klein takes the snap. Comes back right side, completes the pass to Jalen Dennis. Makes the first man miss inside the 5. Spins his way forward to the goal line. Touchdown, Carthage. What an effort by Jalen Dennis. Spinning out of 3 different tackles. Takes it inside the 5 and stretches across the goal line for the touchdown. Great replay here if we're watching on the video stream. Dennis, before that knee went down, stretched that ball over the goal line for the touchdown. First touchdown of the year for Jalen Dennis. Extra point for Collins upcoming. Snap by Wayan, the hold by Patton, the kick by Collins is up and through. Onside kick coming your way here with 1:21 to play. 21-10 your score. 12-play, 80-yard drive. Jalen Dennis with a couple of nice pass receptions on this drive, including the 32-yarder that took them into Bear territory at the Bear 36-yard line. He caps it off with the 5-yard touchdown reception from Klein. Klein 25 of 42 now for 164 yards, a touchdown, 1 interception. He's been sacked 3 times today. So let's see what Collins does here. So we look for an onside kick. Bears talking things over in a huddle on the field near the 45-yard line with their special teams coaches, and Larry Kinebaum also involved in that conversation. See what Carthage, what type of formation they have here. They've got 6 guys here on the near side, and the ball falls off the tee. Collins getting it re-teed at his 35-yard line. And he'll try a little catch, or I should say the onside kick, and the catch is made here on the near side, and a pretty good shot taken by the receiver. That was Green, who was out there as the hands team. He took a good shot. He is up under his own power, but the Bears recovered at the Carthage 42-yard line. I don't think it touched a Redmond player, and the officials are huddled up here. For the Redmond to touch it, it would need to go 10 yards. They'll spot it at the Carthage 44-yard line. It'll be Bear ball. So Carthage has 3 timeouts in which to stop the clock here and try and get the ball back. Trailing 21-10 with 1:21 to play. Davison back out there now. I'll check that. That's Tengu, and it doesn't matter as Fisher will get the first down here on this first play inside the Redmond 30, down the near sideline to the 28-yard line. 15-yard pickup by Fisher. He will come out. Fisher today, 13 carries for 98 yards. One of the stars today, but Mitchell Green, 7 catches for 128 yards and a touchdown today, is your Bear MVP. He did it all today. Long of 37. Davidson with a beautiful throw on that touchdown pass. With the carry, Jordan Chambers continues his way inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line, and that will do it. The Bears will get to 2-0 versus the Redmond. They will improve their mark to 2-1 overall, 1-1 in the league. Carthage will fall to 1-2, 1-1 in CCIW play here today. Clock winding down, under 10 seconds. They will not snap it. The final and only appearance by Larry Kindbaum here in Kenosha. He comes away a winner in his final season as head coach of the Washington University Bears. Your final here today, WashU 21 and the Carthage Redmond 10. We will pause, take a 2-minute break. Back to talk about this one, run down the scoring recap, and visit with head coach Dustin Haas. All of that coming up in our postgame report right after this 2-minute timeout. You're listening to Redmond Football on AM 1050 WLIP. Carthage Redmond football on AM 1050 WLIP, brought to you today by Mason's Eatery and Pub on Highway 50 west of Green Bay Road. By Building Waters, Plumbing, Heating, Cooling. That's what they do. And don't forget refrigeration too. By Francetic Tax Resolution. Don't get frantic, get Francetic. Go to 262tax.com. By Luigi's Pizzeria, located on 39th Avenue south of Highway 50 in Kenosha. By Something Different, a sports fan fantasy land on 6th Avenue in downtown Kenosha. By the Berkshire Hathaway Epic Real Estate Company of Kenosha. By the Sinus and Snoring MD, Dr. Swerdlin. Office is located on Green Bay Road, Kenosha. By Lynch Chevrolet of Kenosha, located east of I-94 on Highway 50. By Ruffalo's 2 Family Restaurant on 45th Street in Kenosha. By Lou Perini's Gas and Grocery, home of Mama P's Ho-Ho Cakes, located on Sheridan Road and 52nd Street. By Wingstop of Kenosha on Highway 50. By Bob Rohrman's Kenosha Nissan. And by Vigiano Insurance Agency. Call Steve and he'll shop for your insurance needs. By S.J. Crystal's Menswear. For the finest in men's fashions, it's clearly S.J. Crystal's, downtown Kenosha on 6th Avenue. By Dickey's Barbecue Pit, I-94 off of Highway 50 across from Woodman's. By the Westosha Sports Complex, Zero to Hero Conditioning. Visit WestoshaSportsComplex.com. And by Triangle Flooring, Furniture, and Appliance Center. They're located in the Triangle on Highway 50, 39th Avenue and Roosevelt Road in Kenosha. John Weiser back with you here at Art Keller Field in Kenosha. 24 points scored, or I should say 31 points scored here today, all coming in the final 16 minutes of this contest. The Redmen it was a scoreless game all the way up until the final minute of the third quarter. Redmond got a drive going, and they were able to cap it off with a 42-yard David Collins field goal as time expired to end the third, and the Redmen held a 3-0 lead. But then the Washington University Bears went on a 21-point rampage as they scored 21 unanswered en route to a 21-10 victory. Redmond getting a late touchdown on a Jalen Dennis 5-yard touchdown reception, able to spin his way into the end zone to cap off the scoring here today as the Redmen fall here at home to Washington University by a score of 21-10. Redmond faced a very tough Bear defense. Boy, hats off to Larry Kinebaum and that Bear defense today. They took everything away from the Redmen today. They were unable to get the ground game going. They had the read option pretty well snuffed out most of the day today. And really the biggest run of the day actually came from Colton Klein, a 25-yard run, the longest run from scrimmage today by the Redmen. And again, they just had nothing really going offensively at all today, but that's, I think, more a credit to the Bear defense than what was going on with the Redmen offense. On the offensive side for WashU today, it was Johnny Davidson, Johnny Football today, 27 of 41, 298 yards, 1 touchdown. He was intercepted twice today and sacked twice, but when they needed him big, he did deliver today. He had the big touchdown pass, that one to Green, and that one was the winner, really, to put them up front. It was a tough play as he rolled right, then circled back to his left, and then threw the ball up in the middle of the end zone where only his receiver could get it. It was Mitchell Green, one of his 7 receptions today. Green 7 catches, 128 yards, and a touchdown today, including that 37-yarder that really pretty much was the game winner today for the Washington University Bears. Meanwhile, on the other side for the Redmen today, Colton Klein struggled today. 25 of 42, 164 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, was sacked 3 times. Jalen Dennis and Dana Fontenot each with 7 receptions today. Dennis 7 catches for 60, Fontenot 7 for 35. On the ground today, Fontenot just 18 carries for a total of 49 yards. As he had a long of 9. They had just bottled Fontenot up on that read option and had nowhere really to go with that running attack here today. As the Redmen put on 83 yards on the ground, 164 in the air. And total yards, 83 and 164. That comes up to about 247 yards total for the Redmen. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they roll up 450 yards of offense today, 139 on the ground, 311 in the air, as they go, each team pretty much even in the plays today. Well, 74 plays for the Redmen, 73 for the Bears. Time of possession, well in hand for the Bears here today. And really, for the Redmen, it's the same story. Third down, 8 of 22 today. They didn't really get going. At one point in the ball game on third down, the Redmen were 4 of 12 in the second half. Carthage on third down went 4 for 10 on third down conversions. They missed their only fourth down conversion, that coming in the first half. So really, it just come down to a Bear defense here from Washington University that was well scouted. They did their homework. They took a lot of things away from the Redmen here today that they weren't able to do, particularly that read option, that first option going to Fontenot. Carthage tried to do some swing passes, but the linebacking core and the secondary up to the challenge and really rallied to the ball quickly today and closed up on those receivers, shutting down some of those what would be large gains for the Redmen here today. So Carthage falling to 1-2 overall, 1-1 in the CCIW. The Washington University Bears also 1-1 in the CCIW and 2-1 overall. So
And today we didn't do a good job.
defensively, you had them pretty much not break, I guess would be the word to use. Your theory going in here was if they got in the red zone, make them kick, you pretty much took the red zone away from them. You had an interception, a missed field goal, and a blocked field goal today out of the red zone.
Yeah, the defense played well. I think they were just out there too long. I think it's a totally different game if our offense converts some of those third downs and gets some first downs and gets rolling. And even if they don't score, just kind of getting the defense, allowing them to rest a little bit, and eventually got to the fourth quarter there where we kind of broke down a little bit. And, Johnny's a good player. He's a good football player. He throws the ball extremely well, and they had some kids that made some big plays for him.
Johnny Davidson, Brock Rudder. I think you could interchange both of them. They are just tough because they're big, they can run, they can throw on the run, and they're accurate.
Yeah, and they're hard to bring down. Like you said, they can move and they keep their eyes downfield. They don't scramble to run; they scramble to throw. And they had that one long play down on their sideline there where we had a corner come out of coverage to try and come up and left his guy wide open. And you can never do that. And he's a good football player, makes a lot of things happen. And he had a good day. I thought our defense played well, just wasn't quite enough.
You look at their receiving core too, 6'4", 6'4", another 6'4", 6'2" guy, and trying to work your corners. And hey, it's tough to coach against height.
It is. You can't teach height. And they had it and took advantage of it and did a good job.
Special teams today, you were able to get the field goal to take the lead. Boy, I tell you what, it wasn't a great day to kick, but you were able to take advantage of the wind late in that third quarter with Collins. He's got quite the leg.
He does. He'd have been good on the first one had he not pulled it a little bit, but he's got a big leg, and he told me today he was good from 55, and just hooked the first one, and then obviously he had a good one on the second.
Yeah, and I thought the key today was following the made field goal, coming back, that double penalty, the personal foul and the holding call, stepping that off, that gave them a fresh set of downs. It would have been third down had they not called the Dylan Ramirez. How did you see all that?
Well, I didn't see what happened. He said that Dylan getting up smacked him in the back of the head. It doesn't sound like something that Dylan would do. And definitely not intentionally. It's a tough call in that situation. I thought if anything he was going to throw it on Johnny Davidson for jawing at him. But obviously it happened. I didn't see it. I'll check the tape, but got to be smarter in that situation. Got to force a third and long and an opportunity again to get off the field and led to a touchdown.
And it's unfortunate because for the most part, a clean game played by both teams here today. Very few penalties at all today.
No, it was a clean game, and we've talked about it. Being more disciplined than we were last year, and we've come a long ways. We still have a ways left to go.
Yeah, this one I think, as I look at it, probably hurts a little bit more here today because it was at home than the loss a couple weeks ago at Oshkosh.
Well, and it's a conference game. It's a conference game at home that you feel like you have a good chance to win, and they're going to watch a tape, and we're going to watch a tape tonight, and we're going to feel like we had a chance to win, and it's part of kind of growing up as a team. And I told them in the locker room that football wins don't just happen. I think we've got a lot of guys kind of still waiting for it to happen, and we don't have a lot of guys that are just going to go take it yet. And that's part of the maturation process and part of the growth as a football team and something we need to do.
It's kind of like the old graduate school adage, right? When you're in business school, hope is not an effective strategy.
You got that right.
Got to go out there and you got to want it. You got to make it happen. You got to create your opportunities.
If it's meant to be, it's up to me.
This will be a good coaching opportunity for you this week. Coach these guys back up, get ready for Elmhurst, because you can't take anything for granted, any team for granted in this league.
No, that's one of the best parts about this league, and I told those kids that after that. I said, you come to Carthage to play good football teams. You play in the CCIW to play good football teams. There's a lot of leagues around the country where you can go and you can beat up on a lot of teams that aren't very good and have some decent success and feel good about yourself. But that's one thing I love about our kids is they're competitors. They came here because they want to play really good football at a high level against good teams. It just didn't go our way today.
It's 9 weeks of competitive football in and out.
9 straight weeks. You got to toughen up and you got to get ready to go.
Well, let's see what we can do. We got a tough one next week. We got a road trip and all that to go deal with, and it's Elmhurst next Saturday. Let's go get them. Let's have a good week of practice and get back after it.
Oh, we got a bunch of good kids. I know that this one will sting, but they'll come back to work ready to go.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Dustin Haas, head football coach for the Carthage Redmen, joining us here up in the booth after a tough loss here at home by the Redmen today. 21-10, the final here today. Other action going on in the CCIW. Speaking of the Elmhurst Blue Jays, they are giving Carroll fits out in Waukesha. Early third quarter, it's the Pioneers leading the Blue Jays 17-14. Down in Bloomington, an interesting ball game there. Augustana at Illinois Wesleyan. It's the homestanding Titans leading the Vikings 21-10 early third quarter. They've just gone into the second quarter. Really no surprise there. North Central has just scored again. They are up on North Park 35-0. That just early in the second quarter down in Naperville. Later tonight, it's the 11th-ranked Wheaton Thunder. Mike Swider going for win number 200 tonight as he takes on the Milliken Big Blue down in Decatur. That will be a 6 o'clock kick. Earlier scores from the Big Ten today. Badgers, a close one, but they hung on. They beat Northwestern today, 24-15 in Madison. So the Badgers now off to a 5-0 start. Rutgers and Michigan, no contest there. The Michigan defeated Rutgers today, 52-0. Iowa over Middle Tennessee, 48-3. Games just getting underway now in West Lafayette, Indiana. Minnesota has taken an early 7-0 lead over the Purdue Boilermakers, and it's scoreless early in the first quarter in East Lansing. Michigan State hosting Indiana. Later tonight, the primetime game, Ohio State, 5th-ranked Ohio State at 4-0, taking on the 3-1 Nebraska Cornhuskers out in Lincoln. Well, that about wraps things up here today. Not much to say. The Redmen had the 3-0 lead, but only to see the Bears come back with 21 unanswered. Carthage getting a late touchdown by Jalen Dennis, but it wasn't enough as Carthage falls here at home, 21-10, the final to the Washington University Bears. The Redmen now have an even mark in conference play at 1-1, 1-2 overall. Bears now 2-1 overall. also 1-1 in conference play. My thanks to Scott DeLabio, engineering our broadcast back at our WLIP studios in Pleasant Prairie, John Voinovich, and our outstanding video crew here of students today. And they've done a nice job bringing you the video stream of this ball game here today. Wish we had better news, but we'll get back at it and go at it next Saturday at Elmhurst. That'll be our next broadcast, 12:30 next Saturday afternoon from Langhorse Field. Carthage and Elmhurst, a 1 o'clock kick right here on 1050 WLIP. I'm John Weiser, wishing you a very pleasant good afternoon from Carthage College, and thanks for tuning in to Carthage Athletics on Kenosha's radio station, AM 1050 WLIP Kenosha. Good afternoon, everyone.